Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live. We're back at it again, folks. It's a Feel Good Friday, and we got the Go Home Show for Survivor Series with WWE Smackdown tonight. We're also keeping an eye on Turning Point from TNA. We got so much going on. Get in that chat. Be a part of the fun. I hope everyone out there is happy, healthy, and safe. But strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your Feel Good, and let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is another live stream, and we bring you WWE Smackdown as we are the channel that just brings you more live watch-alongs than anybody else out there. Ready to go tonight, and it's going to be a good one on the eve of SummerSlam, which we will be live for tomorrow, 5 p.m. Do not miss out. It's going to be a good one. Saturdays are always crazy here on the channel. We appreciate everyone for joining us tonight. I hope everyone out there had a happy Thanksgiving for those who were celebrating. But like I said, we got lots of wrestling going on. SmackDown, Turning Point's already rolling. Lots to talk about, lots to get into, and it's going to be a fun one. Blow up that chat. Click all the buttons. Don't forget the little reaction buttons. They help. But I will remind you for the next few hours, you're strapped in with Mr. Every Night, KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube, and Mr. Big Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight, KJ White. I am Big Nick, and 100% it's the Go Home Show for Survivor Series, not SummerSlam. But this is also a spoiler-free zone. You said SummerSlam, but this is also still a spoiler-free zone because I know SmackDown's taped and everything, so everybody could have time with their families and everything. But no spoilers, no spoilers.
No spoilers. Yeah, spoiler-free zone, folks. We don't want to have to deal with it. Yeah, I might have misspoke and said the wrong double S, but it's going to be a fun one here tonight. We're looking forward to it, and a lot, I mean, not a lot announced, but a lot going on. We know a lot's going to take place, but Punk's going to have a meeting with Roman. That shall be intriguing unto itself. Of course, Punk being the newest member of the Bloodline heading into War Games. So that is going to be interesting. Triple threat Lash Legend steps into Jade's spot. Spot. So I mean, ironic that it's Lash taking Jade's spot, but shall be interesting nonetheless.
I mean, I'm a happy guy with that choice. 100%. Let's go, Lash.
Let's go. Carmelo taking on Cody. Cody was pissed off last week, so we get this match, which I mean, again, it's just going to set up fun and games for KO, and then of course the advantage match between Jey Uso and Jacob Fatu.
Right. Which I feel, especially with the women's War Games team getting the advantage, the heel team gets the advantage in this one. 100%.
I would have predicted that anyway, and I don't think Jacob's going to take a loss. But yeah,
true.
Yeah, I mean, with the women, it'll be interesting. I was a little surprised that the baby faces got that advantage, but as far as the heels go, yeah, I mean, Jacob seems like prime to take this one. But it'll be an interesting night building up for the pay-per-view tomorrow. A lot of us are looking forward to this one. We did our previews last night, so when we go off the air tonight, if you haven't seen that, go check that out down below. But yeah, I mean, again, we're pretty excited for Survivor Series.
Yes.
I wish it was summer. That's the problem. Yeah, I mean, again, a lot of excitement going into this PLE tomorrow, Nick.
Well, and I was going to ask you about this too, especially this moment that we're going to get here tonight. Do you think that this could start to really plant some more seeds, hint some more seeds at Paul's potential loyalties and where they may lie? And I guess allegedly Punk was always kind of the quote unquote plan for this spot, that we might still get Punk and Roman won't be done post Survivor Series a little bit. They might have a little bit of a cross paths a bit, but we'll see with that. I think this is going to definitely lead to more teases for Heyman, though.
Oh, for sure. I think we're going to get a lot of red herrings and different misdirections. I think there's going to be a lot of things that they throw at us that we're going to analyze and pick apart heading into tomorrow's pay-per-view. I mean, again, a lot of questions, a lot of people reading into things, and I think they're only going to lean into that potential.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And I'm interested too to see where Seth Rollins comes into all of this, because very clearly, this is adding Punk is to kind of bait out Seth and bring that feud back to the forefront. So when's he get involved?
Yeah, it'd be interesting if they just let the match happen and then on Raw, Seth addresses it. Seth not scheduled to be at the PLE. So, I mean, very interesting if he finds a way to get involved. He still has issues with Bronson. To ignite an issue with Punk right away. I mean, what about Bronson? Do we just put that on the back burner for a little while? I don't know. In a perfect world, Bronson just stays with the bloodline.
And I think that could kind of be what happens a bit. I mean, he fits kind of perfectly. And didn't we just see Seth with not one, not two, but 3 stomps on Bronson Reed for a victory?
Yeah, and then it looked like that was going to continue beyond that, but I guess not.
Perhaps. But should we say hi to the peoples, as we've got about 20 minutes before SmackDown kicks off, as we've got the 6-man turkey Turning Point match?
Yeah, Joe Hendry and Hammerstone. Oh, there's Rhino with a big spear. Gore.
Still one of the best calls in ECW history.
Right. Wrestling Proud. Good to see you. Welcome back. Thank you for being here tonight. Happy Friday, party people. Hope y'all are well. Can't wait for 7:30 p.m. so I can talk to the best content creators in the world. Let's go. Cherokee George back with us. Evening. Ken Rock, a new face in the channel, but good to see you. Hope everyone had an awesome Thanksgiving. We did indeed. Damien, Turning Point is starting now. I guess you put that up. Yeah, it is. But we're here. And Joe Hendry gets the win. Brian Myers will put on the turkey suit. So there you go.
I feel like that was kind of the obvious choice here, especially. And the turkey suit made famous by one AJ Styles.
Right. Let's go. What's up, Clay Lewis? Be watching Georgia and Georgia Tech. All right. It's like playing themselves. I got Santana and Frankie right now on Turning Point. Yeah, that one went early. Who won?
Santana.
Santana beat Frankie. So interesting times in TNA.
Yeah, it was interesting because they kind of aired that on the countdown. Like the pay-per-view was supposed to start at 7, but the countdown was showing the match. So yeah, little confusion. Then again, where TNA is filming kind of looks like a Collision taping or maybe a Rampage with how dark the crowd is lit.
Right. But right now they are setting up Brian Myers to put on this turkey suit. EY helping out Joe Hendry.
Yeah, all the baby faces.
Rhino says not today.
Rhino, the only wrestler that looks like a human thumb.
Man hasn't aged in 30 years.
Because he looked this age when he was 30 years old.
Yeah, it's crazy. But Bonkers, welcome back. Could JBL be a factor tonight? We were predicting that there's a possibility. JBL has been popping up like whack-a-mole, so he could be back at TNA to help out or do something. He's been connected to Nick Nemeth, but we'll see.
Well, I think we talked about not only could he be a factor, but could he be starting a faction?
I don't know about him starting a faction. Like he's been non-committal about everything he does. So I don't know if he's diving into something or is he just going to make random appearances everywhere?
He's just the Santa Claus of wrestling, just giving out clotheslines to everybody.
No shit. Santana wins. There you go. What's up, Eric? Buddies, hope that you had a great Thanksgiving and a happy birthday to TNA star Rosemary, Ash by Elegance, and our own sweet Tony Rings. It's his birthday as well. So if anybody follows Anthony, go check out his stuff and wish him a happy birthday. I hope he's having a fun one. I know we got a little new hardware that he was showing off. So good for him and happy birthday to our friend.
Yeah, man, throughout this is my 11th championship belt. My guy.
What do you think, Ric Flair? What's going on?
He's going for that record.
Right. Damien, looking forward to Kushida, Zachary Wentz, and mystery partner. So they replaced, all right, versus Hardy Boys and East Austin. So they had to replace
Miguel.
I did not know that.
Damien said it. I haven't confirmed it, but it sounds fitting for TNA of that there might have been travel issues for Trey Miguel, so they might have to, throw somebody in there.
Well, I mean, we're getting some snow, so see how that affects people moving forward. Bradley, welcome back. Good to see you. Here we go with the turkey match. Yeah, so the turkey match just came to an end. Brian Myers is the turkey, and Rosemary's laughing her ass off.
Right. As I've got the Grinch rolling down the hill, ready to steal Christmas on USA Network.
There you go. Looking forward to Thunder Rosa versus Harley Graham. Hitch Chair versus Commander Dream match. Beats Mortas versus Parentico. Come on, this is good stuff. I don't know when we're getting that good stuff. We're not getting it tonight. I think we're getting it tomorrow. But that sounds like a lucha show. What is happening?
Well, I believe it's Collision, and of course Tony's very much out there with the CMLL kind of partnerships and all of that. And as we're getting to the International Women's Cup thing too, that doesn't excite me. That doesn't holly my jollies.
No, it'd be very interesting how it plays out. They just kind of slipped this under there. They started the Continental Classic, made that a big deal. Barely much mention of the Women's International Tournament thing that's going on. Where a representative of 4 different companies will meet in a fatal 4-way. They didn't explain the rules to that very well. They also haven't explained the Continental Cup very well. Is Okada still the champion? Did he give his belt back? Is he not? Does he have to win out? What happens if he beats the TNT champion?
I would assume if he's in it, then it means that he's not the current champ. Which is still to me is dumb. Yes, I was getting there. It's dumb because so then he's retaining it and defending it and everything in between the shows or between the Continental Classics, everything, which is so what? So anytime up until the playoffs, like say the Colorado Avalanche have to defend the Stanley Cup, every game that they play until the playoffs start again, and then they're not champs and then.
Yeah, I mean, again, if I was the champion, if I was the Continental champion, and they were like, okay, you're going to defend your title against so-and-so, I'd be like, give him the belt. You're going to take it away from him next month anyway. What the fuck? I'll just save my energy for the tournament and win it back. Again, I did not expect this to be a title that was defended all year round, but apparently it was going to be. And now, again, they haven't really, maybe I missed it, but they haven't really said much about it.
Yeah, the constantly defended championships don't tend to be silico or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Where it comes back around every year.
Right. So I got Laredo Kid coming out. He'll be taking on Moose for the X Division Championship.
Right. Cyclical is the word I was trying to say. Yeah. My apologies.
C Money, Christian Power. What's up, everyone? Dear Wrestling for Life. Yes. What I had for Thanksgiving yesterday, I had turkey, some special dumplings with beef and potatoes, specifically rice potato ball and barbecue pulled pork. That's different. All right.
Right. Well, Christian, normally when you ask someone to guess something, you don't tell them the answer right after you ask them to guess it. Right. Just saying. Love you, bud. But yeah.
Ryan Myers is going to wear the turkey suit. That is accurate, sir. Stephen Chambers, good to see you. Welcome back. J1 in the house. What's up, fellas? It's been reported Jimmy Hart. Yes, Jimmy Hart will be at Saturday Night Main Event. WWE is planning to go old school 100%. The graphics, the vibe, the music, everything is going to be a very old school vibe, and I would expect several legends to be there.
Yeah, and especially because we've seen under Triple H that he's very much been open to bringing back legends that normally wouldn't have been brought back. Isn't Jesse doing commentary on this?
That's exactly what I was going to say, is we even got Jesse on commentary for the event. So, I mean, again, they're making it a big deal. They're making it fun. They're going to do a handful of these throughout the year. So I'm looking forward to it. I love the old vintage vibe and shit. So to have Jesse involved, and we'll see how, I imagine we're going to have others definitely in the house.
I can't wait now to hear Jesse on commentary. I just reminded myself of that, Kevin Owens. He's a great Canadian athlete. 100.
MTB, welcome back. The champ is here. Get your knee pads because it's Friday. Everybody needs a special Friday night knee pads, but it's going to be a good one. Welcome back, sir. Mighty Marijuana, the legends. Yeah, indeed.
Of the Hidden Temple?
What?
I said of the Hidden Temple?
Yes. Dale, no spoilers. We're reminding everybody we will time you out if you give us spoilers. When something happens, if you want to talk about it then, great. We won't be taking predictions like we normally do because y'all cheat. We know you do. But we're going to go through it. I know very little of what's going to happen tonight, and that's what we always try and do here on the channel is react as we find out. So no spoilers or you will be punished.
Even if you got a wrench.
Even if you got a wrench. Know what a stuffed turkey feels like? Fell asleep, Giants versus Cowboys game. There you go. That's what you're supposed to do.
Right.
Knee pads are mandatory. There you go. Hey. Well, Moose is in the ring, going to take on Laredo Kid, folks. We are about 12 minutes away from the start of SmackDown and looking forward to it. Spaz, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Big love as always. You guys, it's 5-some tonight. Spaz, KJ, Nick, WWE, and TNA. Hide your goats and get your peanut butter. Why did I not read this first?
You read that? I didn't. I'm so glad you didn't make me read this one.
Survivor Series War Game preview is up now. How do you transition, dude? We appreciate you, Spaz. That's a hell of hide your
That's
goats.
a gear shift and a half. That's you running through them gears. First to fucking fifth.
Hammer down. No spoilers. Roddy reminded people. Denisha, welcome back. Randy, welcome back. Oh, let's see. Christian. B Hockey. What's B Hockey mad about tonight?
I'm sorry to beat a dead horse, but I came across the Turning Point card, and holy crap, it's even worse than I thought. Joe in a dress like a turkey match, while NPC Edwards gets the title match. LMAO.
I don't know how we got to Edwards. I can't defend it, B Hockey. We do not see. I think they're just trying to kill time to Hard to Kill in to start the new year. And they're keeping Joe Hendry busy. At least he got the win.
Yeah, and that's I think you nailed it right there on the head of this is the end of the year for TNA. It's always been a transition part a bit. So I think that they'll just kind of coast through, ride through this last month or so. And then when Hard to Kill happens and they kick off 2025, that's when they're going in full gear.
Yeah. No.
I didn't mean to go that way, but yeah, you got what I meant.
But I get it. I mean, again, I'm less worried about Joe Hendry than our buddy B Hockey here. But I still think that you can't have him fluttering, doing nothing forever. You kind of got to keep him warm. You can't let him cool off.
Yeah, well, and Eddie Edwards does not feel like a believable contender. He's a pretender. We don't even when we did our predictions for it, no one was even considering taking him for the match to win. So yeah, that point I think is more agreeable with than being concerned about Joe Hendry right now.
Yeah, 100%. Dun, dun. We got B Hockey, C Money. Welcome back. We got you, Mike. How you doing? I don't care how old you are. You have to watch The Grinch during Christmas. 100%. But
not the day after Thanksgiving. This is again where everything the second it's past Thanksgiving, everything switches to Christmas, and I don't know. I always like it. I'm a Grinch towards Christmas, I guess.
There you go. I just watched Trains, Planes, and Automobiles. So that was my evening. We got you. Welcome back, Mike. Good to see you. Dawn, always a pleasure. What a night weekend of wrestling ahead. Hope everyone is doing well. Can't wait for the weekend either, but we appreciate you being back. Paul, good to see you. Steven, we got you. Spaz, we definitely clicked yours already.
Right. And I'll read Ken's comment. I don't have to click on it to throw you off. But Ken, what up? Saying, hi, guys. With Bloodline faction, who do you think is the greatest faction of all time? Bloodline, NWO, or Four Horsemen? I guess it's the same kind of question that was proposed to Corny and everything is the Bloodline the greatest faction of all time now?
It's hard to argue with it. I mean, the NWO still might take the cake as far as overall impact. But I mean, with all they've done with the Bloodline over the last 5 years, it's been insane. And it's multiple main events, multiple championships. Yeah, I mean, it's right there, man.
Well, and it's built so many people around it too as well. Like Sami Zayn is much higher. He's not the conspiracy theorist out there dressing like Kaiser Soze or Cesar Chavez, every week on SmackDown. He went from being Sign Guy Sammy to, Sammy Uso, Jey Uso went from just being which one are you to being an IC champ, to being the top merch mover. I do think, though, that you have the eras of same thing like any sports team of which is the greatest team of all time. It's the greatest faction of this era.
Yeah. I mean, again, and where does DX fit into it? Because they had a pretty solid run. They were pretty impactful themselves. I mean, again, a lot of people always remember the Horsemen, but it was a short time span, a short lifespan for the Horsemen. But yeah, I mean, it's so hard to argue with what they're doing right now. But we'll wait and see. I'd like to do the aftermath when it's all said and done. Good to see you. Go ahead.
I was just going to say real quick, I think the only, to me, challenger would be for it, if not number 2, is the NWO.
Yeah. And again, what they did, the impact, that Hogan moment. What's up, Boston? How you doing? How you doing? Don't believe in Joe Hendry. That seems mean. Eric Isaac, welcome back. Good to see you. Good to see Jacob Fatu in the house. I love you so.
I love you so.
Sup, MTB. Good to see you. Michael Spikes. Did someone pass away today in pro wrestling or something? Not that I know of.
No, what are you trying to throw that out there and bad juju in the air?
Another Eric Aubrey Travis. Happy holidays. Welcome. AD and AZ, welcome as well. Randy, we got you. 316, always a pleasure. What 4 horsemen are you talking about?
That's the thing. Well, yeah, that's really the thing, is which iteration of the 4 horsemen. Yeah. Those have been the ones that have constantly switched up.
For sure.
Speaking of switching up, KJ's taking a pause for the cause real quick, as we're about 6 minutes away from SmackDown kicking off, as I've got Laredo Kid going up to the top rope, taking on Moose. So you can let me know your predictions for that in the chat. Oh, bit of a spontan bomb from Laredo Kid on the Moose on the outside, but evolution, it's a mystery. It's a mystery to me. Evolution it was great. Don't take me sideways with this and everything, but I'm saying out of all the other factions that we've named, Evolution gets so much more praise for it because of who was in it. I mean, they nailed it with picking up and coming talent, but I mean, it's kind of easy when you take like the biggest blue chip prospects. You had Ric Flair, already a living legend. You had Triple H, who already had gone through everything of being the game, so he was already a top guy. You have Randy Orton, 3rd generation, should have made it, fucking blindfolded. Now I say that, and there's been so many that don't, but yeah, still. And then Batista, because who was it? It was Jindrak that was almost in there before, wasn't it? Was Jindrak in there, going to be in there for Batista or Orton? But in Batista, again, the Leviathan from OVW, he was of that whole crop. That was same with Cena, Lesnar, all of that. So that was peak OVW, if there was ever been a peak OVW, I would say. So absolutely, I think they were a great faction, but I think they get more credit because of it was a 4-man wrecking crew of blue chippers, but they were all destined to be that, or already were that. Spaz with another $5 super chat. What's your best? Probably won't happen, but it would be cool for 2025. Mine is Lesnar and Punk and the tag titles managed by Paul E. That's a loaded gun of a question there. I don't know how that makes a ton of sense. If it were me, if I had to take an outside real shot of what would be really cool if it happened, it's hard to think out of something that we don't already we aren't already probably going to get, like The Rock versus Roman main events, WrestleMania 41. I just want to see it at this point. We've thought about it, had it teased about, had it talked about for almost 2 or 3 years now. But I do think we're actually going to get it. So I don't know if I got one that's quite out there like that, my guy. Jordan, what up? B Hockey, Boston starting a back at the bottom story for your top star months after you had a chance to penetrate the mainstream with him makes 0 sense. All right, y'all can continue your conversation, but I don't think it's a start at the bottom story as Moose picks up the win and retains his X Division title. But I think it's more of, again, it's still keeping him on the back burner. It's still keeping him busy while not throwing him right back at the title. I think it's a way to still, like we talked about, of 2025 is right around the corner. Christ, Spaz's comment was just asking about it and everything. I think that they're waiting until we get into 2025, and maybe you see a guy like Josh Alexander, who I've got on my screen right now. He's leaving the company. Jordan Grace is probably leaving the company. All of that, they're going to have to recalibrate a bit, and that's when you can launch anew and start anew into 2025. But I'm getting the hype up video right now for Josh Alexander versus Steve Macklin in a no DQ match, so you can let me know who you're taking for that match, as SmackDown should be starting in a couple minutes here right now. Misfit, what up? The answer is CM Punk versus Stone Cold. Actually, yeah, I'll give you that. I'll give you that 100%. But where would we see it in 2025? Because WrestleMania 41, I think, is Punk Rollins. It would have to be like a SummerSlam or something, but that would be fucking cool as hell. I will give you full credit, full marks with that one, Misfit. This is like using Cody on the pre-show so you can give Theory the main event title match. I don't think it's quite like that, my guy. I do agree with you that Eddie Edwards is not a believable contender right now. But I don't know who they throw in there. I mean, maybe you could have done in Macklin. Speaking of throwing people in there, hi.
Yeah, as we are about to start SmackDown any minute now. But here's the thing. Again, it's like Cody in a mid-card match before. Remember, they had to kill a year before he could get back to WrestleMania, so they had to give him shit to do. They're giving Joe shit to do. B-Hockey, relax. Like, it's not the end of the fucking world. We'll be okay.
Fair enough. Real fast, Spaz asked it. I couldn't think of anything super fast off the top of my head. Anything in 2025 that you want to see happen? Probably won't happen, but it'd be really cool if you did. All right.
First LA Knight.
Sorry, I missed the first part.
Ricky Starks versus LA Knight.
Oh, okay. I'll give you that. See, I couldn't get. Yeah, my brain just short-circuited with that. I was like, Rock versus Roman, which we're gonna get.
Wardlow as the heavy for Gunther.
Wardlow as the heavy for Dwayne. He's his top security guard. As I've got Josh Alexander coming out right now, and I'm getting
the start of SmackDown any second now, folks.
Right, I'm getting the little hype up video. Kadarius saying, who attacked Jade and why? I think we all in agreement that we at least think it's Naomi.
We're leaning towards Naomi right now. I think she's the lead suspect.
Right. As I've got to then, I'm stopping at a now.
Okay.
Steven saying, remember the WCW faction Natural Born Thrillers, Mike Sanders, Mark Jindrak, Palumbo, Stasiak, Johnny the Bull. Yeah, actually, Johnny the Bull is one of my favorite wrestlers. I know he was always forever going to be a mid-card guy. I just always was a fan. Johnny Stamboli. He ended up being Relic in TNA. Jade tripped this all.
I got then.
Okay.
Now. Forever.
Yes. I got Macklin. Come together right now.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are set to roll. Macklin's got his face painted up, rocking that Punisher vibe, taking on Alexander tonight. But we are getting a run back of what happened last Friday and Paul Heyman's big return.
Still a huge moment of, I remember us losing our mind and then follow it right back up with CM Punk right after it.
Right.
Who you got though, Macklin or Alexander? No DQ match. Macklin. Yeah, because Josh is on his way out. Brandon, good evening, Wrestling for Life gang. How's your Thanksgiving been? Great. I'd like 2-3 days of it.
Right.
Small Mark, what up? What up? Some people complaining about how long the Bloodline story be going on, but I think it's the best thing going on right now. I tune in just to see what the hell they're up to now.
A lot of people do that. And the idea that it's gone too long, I mean, that's what happens when you have longevity. That's what happens when, again, if it was boring or didn't make sense or wasn't main eventing, or if the crowds weren't chanting, "We want Roman," when Roman's not there, people might have an argument. But I mean, it's stronger than ever. And War Games, there's no problem going into War Games with this storyline. Again, the Microwave Society wants things short, sweet, to the point. Sorry.
Yeah, no, 100%. As I see 100 people with us hitting triple digits, let's see if we can keep that thing growing and rolling. But yeah, absolutely. It's been the best thing. Think about it. I know we said it, and granted, it's Paul Heyman, so it's almost a little different calling him a manager, but even just a pop for him coming back. We were out here losing our vocal cords, screaming this man's entrance and everything.
Yeah, I mean, again, it was a huge moment, a huge deal. Just getting Paul back was enough. But a lot of people, including myself, thought it was going to be Seth. Again, these little subtle things of back when Punk was first back and he had that moment with Paul, and Paul was saying, "Take me with you," and it didn't really make sense. Well, now it all connects, and well done. It's crazy. It really is crazy.
Absolutely, absolutely. And now we're getting a little stare down between Roman and Punk. Well, because remember, there was the moment to where Punk called out Roman in a promo. So that's why I do think that they could have a little bit of, not exactly a feud or anything, but they'll have interactions, I think, going past Survivor Series.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting how we come out of Survivor Series.
So we're having Paul mitigating it.
Yeah.
And just the image that they show, I'm hoping it's not AI fan fiction, because you've got Punk looking all intense at Roman. Oh, this is going to be good.
Right.
Spaz with another $2 super chat. Is tonight the curtain call for Alexander and Grace?
Yeah, I think so. I'm leaning that way, Spaz.
Is it close enough to when they're done, though? That's the thing.
It all depends. That's a good question, right? Like, ultimately, is it too soon? But again, maybe they're taking a few weeks off. Maybe Alexander's going to spend the holidays up in the Great White North and hang out with his family. We don't know.
Right. As I've got Bianca coming out, and I've got the birthday boy popping in the chat here saying, "What's up, chat? Everyone, wish me a happy birthday," because Ash by Elegance wished me a happy birthday on Twitter. And I wish I could find the comment that I saw earlier. Yes, Small Mark saying, "Happy birthday, Anthony by Elegance." So how fitting that you said that, sir. But yes, happy birthday to you. How many championships do you have?
Balloons.
And
here comes the old sky.
Oh, and see,
still.
We can see that all of them went to Wrestling for Life Network shop.com, which I don't think is the actual web link. So don't go with that. Go with the link that's in the description of the video. But they're all wearing the camos and everything like that. They've all got their military attire on here. Wow.
What is it?
Yo.
God damn, Bailey.
Them things is thangin', my guy.
And 316 favorite wrestler, Rhea Ripley in the house.
Goth Batman.
Batgirl.
Yeah. This is a squad, though, a little bit.
It's stacked. Now, it's funny because Bailey just came out with everybody. Like, it was never really officially known that Bailey would be taking Jade's spot, and they just sent her on out.
Yeah, I know I kind of talked about it. I kind of let the beans slip a little bit when it came to, I was Kevin in the office. I let the beans slip when it came to Bailey, I guess, being at least added to it on like Wikipedia and all the other sources and everything. But yeah, they never made an actual like announcement of, she just kind of came out and helped out Bianca. And I guess friend of my friend is my, friend now.
Right.
As Alexander and Macklin on the outside right now.
Yeah, what is that? Oh, it's a table. Son of a bitch.
Right.
Hey, I'm looking better than Thanksgiving dinner. We'd all be lucky to have a turkey that thick.
Hey, baby. Ooh.
I want to know.
Oh,
When you get a divorce. CJ tripped off the top building. Safety manager should have had yellow chains to prevent that. Someone did the safety video recently. How do we prevent a fall?
You're seeing Hunter have to change the sign when it's been 0 days since we've had an accident in the parking lot.
Rhea Ripley's got a mic. MDB, I'm not clicking on that.
Yeah, but see, though, now she doesn't have all the giant bruising and everything with the giant orbital bone injury like she was selling, like she was Phantom of the Opera before. She still got her makeup done and everything under the mask. So I still think it's a little
she really broke her orbital bone, right? Like it wasn't.
I don't believe you.
It doesn't tie into the story. Like there's no reason for her to wear a mask if she hadn't cracked the bone.
Because you did the whole angle with her in NXT.
Yeah, but again, that only made sense because she got hurt. Like she didn't need to just like, I think Rhea should start wearing a mask. So let's fake an injury.
Storyline.
Yeah, I guess so. Miss War Games, Io Sky. You're my fave.
Well, Bailey's got like a track record, and now at this point, she's, I believe, been in every like women's War Games match.
I think so.
I like how Rhea's out here pretty much being the whole general of this thing of like, walking down of, this is who you want to beat up, and see, this is why you want to kick their ass, right? And that's why you want to kick their ass.
Right. Rhea, Mankind, Ripley, Zorro Ripley.
A call from her.
Keep it coming, folks. What other Ripleys can we have?
Right. Zorro Ripley. My name is Rhea Ripley. You took my Dominic. Prepare to die.
Yeah, right. What's up, guys? What's going on, Kyle? Miss War Games. I think I read that twice. Aloha. What's up, Sean?
Aloha.
All 5 of them can get it because we don't know who did it.
Liv Morgan, you're going to wish you never met me.
Dun, dun.
EO pops in. We will destroy you.
We will destroy you. Liv Morgan coming out. I like it. The hate for Jay Carhill in the chat continues. What hate? Bat family. I haven't had any hate. I'm a big fan of Jade. I think she's awesome.
Yeah. Who's hating on Jade? Jade's great.
Well, that's mature. Ripley, believe
it or not, read it. You can have that.
Misfit. I thought the same thing, my guy. And when it comes to
that's you and I talking about this orbital injury. Believe it or not.
Did you have a brain fart and forget? That's awesome.
Shout out, goddamn, Tiffany out here. How you doing with them ruby red slippers? There's no place like home. There's no place like home.
Io Sky will be in her 7th War Game. Jesus.
It's crazy to think there's already been that many women's War Games matches. Because think about it, War Games really didn't fully go main roster till 2022.
Yeah, so it was she did the ones in NXT as well.
Yeah.
So,
But no, that's just crazy that she's been in that many.
Who's the fifth person? Bailey is the fifth person on the babyface team.
Right?
On Team Ripley. Medial side gets the fade. There you go. There you go.
Catch me outside. How about that?
Move. Nia is the fourth and fifth. That's not nice.
Whoa.
Tiffy Bo Peep.
Yeah. I'd like to be a sheep. I guess I am one. As Josh is just smacking Macklin in the head with a piece of the table with a trash bin on his head.
Oh, Steve Macklin knows how to take a beating. I will say this. Still one of the grossest moments of last year was his scalping.
And he stapled the fucker back in and then just finished the match. If that's some Mick Foley shit.
Just flapping.
Literally, man, just flapping and win. Just here, give me the staple. He worked a staple gun better than Swerve has ever thought of.
Right. EO is 1-5 in war games. Ouch.
Listen, we didn't need to know the numbers. We didn't need to know the odds. Never tell me the percentages. Oh.
Liv's good, man.
She very much has found her groove. And I think we kind of all knew when it came to the Riot Squad, she was going to be the breakout.
Yeah.
I'm just glad that she's finally been able to kind of blossom. Pause. It's just it reminds me a lot of like Solo, how Solo has really taken the ball and run with it.
Yeah.
We're leaving. Bye. Oh.
Bye.
They really do. This does look like, you know, the alternative chicks beating up the varsity cheerleading squad.
Rhea Ripley says not tonight. So
hell has broken loose on this entrance ramp, folks. We've got everybody throwing hands, throwing sandbags, throwing handbags.
Tiffy, Naomi, Liv, and EO.
Yeah. Rhea going at Raquel, EO going at Liv, Tiffany, Naomi, Bailey, and Candice.
And here comes
the cavalcade. Now that's what I like, mini rumbles. Yeah, this is how you sell this, especially on the go home show, is you sell the tension, you sell the chaos, the why we dislike each other.
Yeah, and you take a couple minutes to touch on all the possible angles, right? Like EO and Bailey used to hate Bianca and tortured her. EO turned on Bailey. So is that okay? Bailey beat EO for the belt. Like there were so many layers. And Nia, Tiffany's got issues. Can Liv get along with the other champion? All these questions that they kind of bring up. They have a little brouhaha, and there you go. We're ready for tomorrow.
Right. As Macklin beat the out of Josh Alexander with part of a door. I do mean part of a door. Tough promo. I don't agree with that. The Bat Family Corp. Well, seeing how we had Bat Rhea, I really think that Charlotte Flair being the one who attacked Jade would be an amazing storyline and feud.
It would be cool. Well, I think it might be too hot out of the gate, though.
You go into Jade, who we've already talked about, might still need some work. Is not, super great in the ring. Still at times gets buffered up, covered up. You're gonna throw her in there with Charlotte Flair and think that that's gonna work out copacetic. I mean, it'll be great on paper. It's great on entrance and name value, but in ring, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if we're there yet with Jade. I think whoever, Naomi or Bianca or Bailey and tying it into a pre-existing storyline makes a lot of sense. I actually kind of think that Charlotte might go after Tiffany potentially. I like the idea of the queen versus the princess. And we'll see what Tiffany does with that Money in the Bank still, Andy.
Yeah, that's I know we've talked about it. You've especially mentioned that might be a match we get come like WrestleMania season, because I'm still that Money in the Bank briefcase thing's a hill we've got to get overcome a bit.
Yeah, a little bit. We'll see. I mean, again, it's sometimes throw it in the deep end, sink or swim. But Misfit just letting us know they did announce Bailey as the 5th member as Raw went off the air on Twitter. There you go. So thank you, Misfit.
Fair enough. So I guess unless you're paying attention on Twitter, you got to keep up with the storylines. But yes, no, that fair enough. Good on him.
I'd love to see Tiffany cash in at War Games. I'd like that too, because we've never had that. A cash in at a War Games would be a nice fucking move.
On who though? Does she cash in on Liv? Does she cash in on Nia? Does she cash in on both? I stack them.
Yeah, I think Liv and Rhea are still their key story. So yeah, cash in on Nia. Nia gets whooped from one end to the other, or gets hit with a bunch of finishers and laying staggered in mid-match. Tiffany pulls it off.
And then Naomi just admits that she's the one that attacked Jade, and they just skip off together out of the cage, and then it just becomes a 4-on-4 match. Even odds again.
Right? Did you see Jason Jordan? Yes, you did. One of the backstage workers at WWE.
Yeah, he's a producer.
Rhea, the one who got the broken face, and her match with Liv have all been boring. I don't know about that, and I think the feud's been really good. That's the thing. Like the storyline, and Liv's been outstanding. Like even tonight, Liv was strong. I don't think it's been boring at all. As far as Liv took Dom. We all hate Dom and Liv because they're annoying. Everybody wants, well, not everybody. A lot of people want Rhea to get her title back. Could be a Saturday Night Main Event thing.
Well, at this point, what main level story in WWE can we all just apparently agree on that we all like? Because you have people that say Rhea and Liv is boring. The bloodline's gone on too long. What else was the other one that I was going to mention? Christ, but it just seems like every time there's Cody's, a boring champion of. Well, clearly that might be your opinion, but I think the vast majority would bargain to disagree with you on that, because obviously we built a whole War Games match around two of those feuds that I mentioned. Like these are top level feuds that have been great throughout and captivating stories. Just because you think that they don't change, every week like another 3-lettered promotion doesn't mean that they're boring or that they've gone on too long.
No, I mean, again, it's level of interest. It's how compelling things can be, and you need it. I mean, even in sports, Nick, like we're both sports fans. The best matches, the best matchups are the ones that have a history, that have a rivalry. It's great to win any game, but those certain weeks are special.
Yeah, I just went through it with Buffalo versus Kansas City. I was damn near losing my voice.
Yeah.
But Todd, what up? Looking forward to my man Santana versus Frankie Kazarian. Well, that was already on the pre-show, sir, and Santana won. But yes, we are covering Turning Point as well as Macklin's firing up. But I got Andrade coming out.
Yeah, Andrade going to take on Shinsuke, I do believe.
I don't know how confident I feel in this, because if Shinsuke wins, do we feel more confident that he wins at Survivor Series, or less confident? Because it goes against my laws of wrestling of he who goes over on the go-home show loses at the pay-per-view.
Well, I mean, again, the fact that he might be going over on somebody that's, we might not get a winner in this one at all, to be honest. But I think he gets a win here, looks strong going into the weekend.
Right. Chair, I saw this. Nick, you understand, have over 100 different people, somebody's going to hate something. Yes, and I get that. Yeah. But I guess it's more, I do get it. I like that we're actually able to have the discussion and everything at times. I think sometimes it boils over a little bit with me of like, can't you, like everyone else likes this shit. What do you really have? Like, can you at least expound on why you don't like it? Just, it's boring. Like, yeah. Expound. Show your work is all. I digress.
Yeah. And I mean, again, my expectation is that people, it's not about everybody liking the same stuff. But at the end of the day, I mean, we got to call good, entertaining TV what it is. It might not be your cup of tea, but I mean, overall, I think the same people, it's fun because I've seen the same people argue both sides of arguments at times of like, I love this and then I hate it. Like, it's an interesting time,
This
but
is
people tend to find the negatives.
so good. Sorry, but yes, no, 100%. I still, yes, we still 100% love all the discussion. We don't even agree half the time on everything. But this is so good. First match is April, but Shinsuke's entrance right now, he's Darth Shinsuke. He's Shinsuke Sethamura.
Yeah, the revamped entrance for Shinsuke. And he's not
in Tatooine behind him.
He's not doing a lot of his old kind of
hand. No, there's
no choppy.
PP? What?
Yeah, very stoic.
Well, yeah,
added a little more bass to it. Oh, okay.
This is serious Shinsuke, Dark Shinsuke, and I'm all the way here for it because I think we might get more of the New Japan Shinsuke that we all kind of wanted and we're hoping for, like especially when it was WrestleMania 34 when it was him and AJ, because I know I got super excited for that in WrestleMania just because of that match, and then they did not have the match I thought they would, but hopefully this is Nakamura getting back to that old school style, that what made Nakamura.
And we're getting some Nakamura chant.
I like
it. I like this right away. Darth Shinsuke for the win.
For the win.
Yeah, and I think MDB was the one that commented on they slowed down the music. They added a stronger bass. I liked it a lot. I like the vibe. I like the feel. And right away, you don't just change your music, you change your attitude. And this is different for Shinsuke. It works.
You're going to change one thing, change all the things. And especially like they even pointed out, this is his first match since April. Everyone was wondering where Shinsuke had gone. He did, I think, one match or so over in Noah. He's been just out there surfing and enjoying the sun. But now he's out here to kick some ass and take some names, as we've got thumbtacks on TNA.
This match has been going forever. Josh Alexander, Steve Maclin have been beating the living shit out of each other, folks. And if this was not happening during the SmackDown, we would definitely say more about it. But my God, these two men are laying waste to each other.
By the way, those are the biggest thumbtacks I've ever seen. Normally, it's like this. Yeah, it's like the little snowflakey, tiny ones that you see when your teacher's trying to tell you to pin something to the board. These are fuckers that are like push pins. Like they're stuck in you.
Well, they're just slapping the shit out of each other. You can see the sweat coming off Maclin as he's taking the impact.
Right. But no, this is crazy. The thing about it is we have two workhorses on TNA going at each other in no DQ matches. I think we're about to get Josh Alexander's about to drive Maclin through these goddamn thumbtacks as Andrade pops up and drop kicks Nakamura off the top rope on the other side. We've got two work rate matches going at the same time.
Oh, moonsault! Oh.
And he's rolling in them. Rolling through them to cover Josh. 3 count. So Maclin gets the win.
Yeah, like what are you?
Those are shell casings. I thought they were thumbtacks.
Yeah, they're like bullets.
Yeah.
I like it. Maclin gets the win. He needed this win. And like I said, this could be the goodbye to Josh Alexander.
Hell of a way to go. And that's the first time I think I've ever seen, shell casings as a weapon in a wrestling match.
Right?
Official Jamar music. Shout out to KJ and Nick. Shout out to you, sir. 100%.
What up?
Steve Maclin wins.
He needed that win. And Anthony was right about Joe and Myers. I copied him on that one, so I'll give him credit. And
Right.
all three of us picked Macklin. So
Right. They are bullet shows. Yes, they
yeah,
are. I'll be good once these meds kick in. Yeah, I got my vitamins going too.
they're in the pot.
Alexander doing business on his way out. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. That's very much the TNA way, and especially people like him, Jordan, who have been there for a minute.
Yeah.
They're going up. They're going out looking at the lights. Like that's, I think, part of too why Jordan dropped the belt and dropped it significantly before and everything. She's going out on her shield just like Josh is.
Well, that's what happens 95% of the time, unless you're Sting
or Ace Austin, or Austin Aries. Sorry, not Ace Austin.
Ace
He's
Austin,
the unofficial Hardy. I'm not trying to throw slander to him. Don't come at me. I respect you, Ace Austin. I meant Austin Aries.
Where's Ace going?
Right. I was like, what the? But yeah, as we're in a commercial break on one and looking at the commentary team on the other, I want to ask you one thing real quick because I had seen this thrown around and everything, and I don't know how much I buy into it. I feel like it's an easy way to make a reason for it. As they are doing, the QR code for help support Chris Bay and everything. So 100%, if you can help out, homie, he's up against it the hard way.
And they're doing like a very touching video package for it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, it shows you how serious the situation kind of is and all that. But yeah. Allegedly, reportedly, supposedly, it's more Appy's comments about Tony Khan and AW running Hammerstein Ballroom and everything that is supposedly, allegedly, the reason why Ricky Starks can't do GCW and specifically GCW, not because of anything he might have said or anything like that.
I think a lot of times with AEW, there's been a lot of more confusion than direct answers. Could it be a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B for sure? Either way, at the bottom line of it, it ends up equals Tony is petty. Because if Effie made comments, fine, but Effie doesn't own the company. Effie's just a guy that works at the company. So why punish Ricky and GCW because of one of their other employees? Did Tony phone over and say, hey, you need to deal with Effie, and Effie just shrugs? I don't know. But again, Ricky getting pulled from cards that he was committed to. It's funny because, again, we've said a lot of times about the connection between Tony Khan's behavior and Vince McMahon, because in a moment like this, the only people that hurt the most, it's going to sound corny, but the fans, right? You just fuck fans who want to see that guy at that show in that match. And whatever your petty reason is, now it's not going to happen.
Yeah, gone are the days as we've got Shinsuke and Andrade back, so I'll try and make this as fast as I can. But gone are the days to where you can excuse Tony Khan's behavior of, well, Vince McMahon did shit worse. That's a fallacy. That's a terrible argument to have, because excusing worse behavior doesn't excuse, or throwing out worse behavior doesn't excuse bad behavior.
No.
100% this is a petty ass move, especially because Moxley's not getting told he can't go to GCW because of what Effie said. Marina Shafir's not getting told she can't go to GCW because of what Effie said. The AEW and especially Tony Khan does a great job at times of saying a whole lot of words and a whole lot of answers to something without actually saying anything.
And again, I think a lot of times, even with the Punk situation, and by the way, folks, we're back. Shinsuke and Andrade are up on the top, and we're getting the intros on Turning Point. This match has been great, to be 100% honest. I like it. But, I mean, again, I think a lot of times there's bullshit. You get fed bullshit, and you have a guy like Meltzer echoing the bullshit. So, in their mind, the answer is, well, we didn't pull him because of Ricky. We pulled him because of this guy. But either way, the answers are bad, right? Like, oh, we showed the footage because it was going to help. No, it's all bullshit. You're doing it because your own ego.
Yeah. And we can continue on to that of the next commercial break here. But Jacko, morning. How are you doing today? Morning. It's 8:30 at night for us, sir. If it's morning for you, how you doing? Hardys now have signed with Impact. Yes, they have officially signed like a referee whistle with Impact. They were working per appearance and all of that. But now they're official as I'm getting them coming out. Oh, Shinsuke dodges Andrade's spinning back elbow and hits a spinning back elbow of his own. Mega with a $7 super chat. I hurt myself at work falling 7 feet, snapping a 2x4 and only spraining my wrist. Now I'm on pain meds. Now, LOL, I use spinach. I guess. I don't know. Was there a second part of you ended it with I, but hope you're feeling better, my guy. That sucks, the big one. Both men down and Andrade and Nakamura's. I've got the Hardys coming out. So, folks, let us know who you're taking, whether you're taking the Hardys or Hardys and Ace Austin or the Rascals' Son's mystery partner. I was trying to remember everyone that was in the match, and I lost my train of thought.
Peas and peas, thoughts and prayers. Ooh, spinach. I don't know what that has to do with anything.
He's good not by the Sailor Man. He hates spinach.
Hardy party. Not give Vince praise, but I don't remember Vince getting mad that someone made fun of him. Here's the thing. If you're worried about what Effie said, and we'll get back into this deeper, why don't you put a little bit of a leash on what everyone else in your company is saying? If I was the owner of a company and one of my employees was out there telling our fan base, our customers, to go fuck themselves because they didn't like my match, I would have an issue with that internally more than what some independent wrestler said. It's a little hip
hop anonymous.
Right.
You give him all the easy words.
Tony Khan equals Vince McMahon. Not quite.
But that's the thing, is it's a lot closer than a lot of people want to admit.
Yeah, I would again, yeah, 100%. Ken Rock, I agree, man. Like right now, this match here on SmackDown is better than any match I got on Dynamite Wednesday night. Kinshasa.
1, 2, 3. Hell of a match.
More with the win.
And he's even dyed his hair a little bit. He's got the little blonde highlights and everything now. But yeah, he very much, it's definitely like the Seth thing with like, he looks like his eyes have been burnt out.
Right?
I don't like it though, because, well, I like him, like everything. I just don't like the result because I want him to win. I picked him to win tomorrow. Well, I hope he does, but it goes against the laws of wrestling of he who goes over on the go-home show goes under on the pay-per-view.
Go under. Yeah, I still think he's going to win. I think this is a nice match to remind everybody that he's not fucking around.
Well, that's the thing. Is it a match to remind everybody?
Wait a minute.
And then that.
Oh, he missed it.
The miss is back.
So smooth, bro. He just took one step back. Like he knew he was coming.
Bruce Leroy, that shit of just he hot two of that thing.
Right. And just walks off. I mean, again, just very methodical.
I gotta find the list again because I still remember how it's the kayfabe list of what all the different mists do of like red is fire, black is the thing, green's this, yeah. Yeah, so I've got Zachary Wentz and Myron Reed. He did hit that slick as a fucking gold tooth out there. Literally just one step back and put.
Quick as a fucking hiccup. Like he just one step back. Like I knew you were there. Didn't look over, just step back and spit like he was supposed to be there.
Right.
But then just walked off. Didn't like stomp him, didn't over emote, just that's what I do. Left.
Ken Rock saying that's gross. Art King saying Ultra Instinct. Boston even saying that was an epic sidestep. Yeah, you've been struck by a machine Nakamura.
As we are in the back with Aldis in the Bloodline 2.0. War Games. Anyone else
Are
disappointed?
you mad that we didn't get any Regal?
Literally gonna say that.
Sorry, I'll let you say it. Go ahead.
Everybody banned from ringside.
Oh, for the
Not
deciding
Riddle! Riddle, bro!
bro.
Partner.
Hey, I could see him being a guy that signs with TNA and cooks with TNA for a good bit.
He seems to be liking MLW.
Yeah, because he can smoke weed and not have to fucking deal with Brock Lesnar and shit anymore.
Yeah, I don't want to deal with Brock either.
Do you think that if VKM, now that he's gone and dusted, that Hunter would ever bring back Matt Riddle?
Again, I'm trying to remember the timeline, but I think Vince was already out the door when Riddle got in the fight at the airport. Riddle got let go because of Riddle's behavior. If there was signs that Riddle is matured and figured his shit out, and it's funny because I think because he's the bro, we forget the guy's pushing 40, right? Like we think he's like
because he looks like he's pushing 20.
Yeah, like he's a very interesting cat. He said in an interview recently that he could see himself returning to the WWE. So yeah, I mean, Hunter is a forgive and forget type of guy.
But it is valid and 100% that you brought it up of he didn't leave because of a budget cut or he wasn't over with Vince or anything. He left because he caused the situation to where he was beyond, the great beyond of maybe if he pulls his shit together, maybe this him being, if he is more involved in TNA, what have you, of that might be a thing that might open the doorway and the pathway of discussion. But I think he's a guy that seems to like always just work better on the independents.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think it's the freedom. It's a lot the less conformity, right? And I mean, a weird team in the sense of Zachary Wentz, Matt Riddle, and Kushida. Now, there's a little bit of a history with Wentz and Riddle going back to NXT, but it's a funky team to watch on TV right now. Like, what is wrestling in 2024?
What is TNA in 2024? But I got halfway an ad on getting Turning Point for some reason. But yeah, Matt Riddle always kind of feels like Joey Janela with mainstream talent.
It's an interesting way to look at it. Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, well, just the guy that kind of fits more the indie style, but could be main roster mainstream if he wanted to be, if he could get his shit together.
The black mist is blinding. Yes. So somebody said he missed most, like he didn't land. I thought looking at LA's face, he got him good.
He looked like the Venom fucking symbiote out there of 100% of Eddie Brock out there.
Blue mist, the chew mist, as I like to call it.
That helps you. If you've got the blue mist on you for more than 4 hours, please seek a doctor's attention.
Nakamura is most naturally gifted athlete in wrestling. Hey, Al Snow. What does everybody want? Yeah, I don't know about this. He's a really, really good athlete. Yes. And I love what he does when he does it well. But there's a lot of gifted athletes. That'd be a hard one.
I think, though, Nakamura is kind of credited a bit with the creation of like the strong style and everything. He really is like one of those guys that brought it to the broader sphere of wrestling fans.
Yeah, 100%. But I like it again, and you change everything about him. You changed his attire, you changed his music, you changed the entrance, and you let him be that. And tonight was perfect. Good win over Andrade. LA Knight tries to get the jump on him, and literally one stepped out of the way and just poof. It was perfect.
Yeah, like you can't have a better reintroduction, I don't think, outside of like he won the fucking title then, because the man went over a guy who just challenged for the title, sits there and just makes the fucking champ look like a fool, of literally hits you with the gotcha of the little step back
Yeah.
and hits him with the mist and walks off. Like, Nakamura's got all the momentum going into this match, respectfully.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And again, maybe because he went over, he doesn't win at the pay-per-view tomorrow. But we got DIY and Johnny coming out of commercial break. And yeah, there's a 6-man tag involving Riddle and the Hardys all in one night. That's crazy.
I know. Well, and how do you feel with this? This is Ciampa that's very much, he's admitting we need to be here. Like, we need to find our fucking edge again and everything. And we've got Johnny's same face, Johnny Bland face.
Dude, I instantly give a fuck about Ciampa and what he's saying. Like, we're losers. We're like, yes, you're losers.
Thank you for acknowledging what we're saying.
You are. You're right.
You're listening.
Now change your fucking music and get rid of the fucking same face.
I still want the no one can survive. That was some of the best shit ever.
Yeah, go back to that.
Yeah, the Smoke Bros, but Tyson Cook saying red mist is to burn an opponent, black mist is to severely blind the opponent. So you're like that dinosaur in Jurassic Park that takes out Nedry. Blue mist is to put opponent to sleep, and the yellow mist is to paralyze an opponent. So we're not going to touch too much on the blue mist because I feel like Diddy might have had that shit fucking waiting around with them getting lotion bottles.
We call the blue one the Cosby.
Go ahead, let me recover.
But some of those are kind of funny. Like, I mean, they all blind you in one sense. Like, if you get misted, everyone does the same thing. The fact that like it puts you to sleep. I mean, I want to see him use the blue mist now, and rest would just be.
You got a big headache because this shit's getting hard.
I don't remember what happened last night. Was Shinsuke in my room?
Oh God! I like how we instantly thought the same thing, but you had the better joke.
Ciampa, yes, you're right. And change your music while you're at it. Ciampa going in on Gargano, but I think Gargano's going to go with him. I hope because if he doesn't, it's a life raft at this point for Gargano. If you don't, you can have fun sinking. Yeah, they'd be really curious. But I got Kevin Owens here.
And I do too. And there. I got you on 2 screens. Hey, boss, I'm seeing 4 Kevin Owens.
Look, he's breaking this all down.
Well, that's the thing, though, too, is a little bit KO should be pissed at Sammy as well. If you like, or has he moved on from that of like, you're friends with them again?
Look at this. Yeah, the Royal Rumble.
Oh, the fucking golf cart.
He smoked him with that golf cart.
But I think Kevin's a guy, he would go full board into something like that.
Oh, yeah.
And over and over and over again.
I love this. They're literally breaking down why Kevin Owens feels the way he does. You might think I'm gaslighting you, but this is why I feel the way I do. This is why I am right.
Is Kevin Owens Cody's Drew McIntyre? In the justified heel that I fucking hate you, because here's point exhibit A, B, C, and D as to why the fuck I hate you right now and everything. And every bit of why he's mad is justified and able to back it up. And you almost want to cheer for him.
Yeah.
Oh, hits him with the little wink. Welcome to Reminisce over you. I reminisce. KO was the face in the story. And yeah, I mean, there was times you kind of felt that, or I think we kind of felt that with Drew in his feud with Punk and so on. As I'm getting Cody coming out right now.
Cody Rhodes.
Riddle hitting all the gut wrench suplexes.
I will be right back, sir.
You do that, sir. Al Snow, how many people here remember Pro Tanaka and Mr. Fuji? Yeah, fair enough. Relevancy, sir, but I will admit that I remember them. Christopher Cox would love to see Contra Unit invade AW and go after Moxley and the Death Riders. That would be a really interesting partnership of MLW and AEW, because it's almost like they both hate WWE, but they both also kind of dislike each other just as much, to an extent. As I've got Cody Rhodes coming out right now, so we're getting Cody Rhodes versus Carmelo Hayes, and we've still got the 6-person tag match going on, as I've got Zachary Wentz taking on Jeff Hardy right now in a battle of the dyed hair. But you can let me know, folks. I'm not going to ask for predictions on the Cody and Carmelo match because spoilers are out there. Who do you think wins at Saturday Night Main Event between Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens? I won't lie, and I might be a little partial because of my partner and all of that, but and just even halfway story, just to shake things up and make some shit fucking interesting for a quick bit. If Kevin Owens won, it'd be a spicy meatball, be really interesting. Ryback could help Roman. J-Boy, nah. KJ left before you could take a good shot at, mentioning Ryback and get him going. But yeah, as I'm in a commercial break now on SmackDown, as I've got the match still going on Turning Point, KJ is going to lay a hurting on Cody. Yeah. You're going to hit him with all the stunners. Cody wins, duh. Cody wins tonight, or are you saying Cody wins versus KO? Because I don't know if that's such a duh kind of statement. I think that might be more. They'll sure as shit at least try and make it competitive as hell and sell it that way. And Kevin Owens is not going to go down easy and simply without a fight here. God, I miss ECW Al Snow coming out with the mannequin heads and the crowds throwing them in the ring. Good old days. I mean, I still have always the old DVDs and everything of like the OG, triple OG of ECW, of when you had Thunder Kiss 97 by White Zombie. That was the intro. You had RVD coming out to walk. Christ, I had the old. Did anyone have the old N64 game? Or I don't even know if I had it. I think I might have rented it a bunch from my local fucking video rental store, which was Videorama. If anyone still remembers going and renting VHS tapes and everything like that, or renting video games. But yeah, 100%. And that's where really I fell in love, and why I still think the Hammerstein Ballroom is such a unique venue and such a great venue when it comes to wrestling. And that seems to be now the fucking, topic, the in battleground state when it comes to booking wrestling shows in 2024. Yo, Papa 40 and check yo rollies. Where were Nia Jack? Al Snow, I'm not going to click on that. I feel like you're just an imitator. Got that one. Cody versus KO needs to be in a cage. We could still get there. I still have my N64 thing. I am jealous. I have like every other gaming console, but I wish I could still go back and play the N64 wrestling games. To me, those were the peak wrestling games of N64, of WWE No Mercy, WrestleMania 2000, WCW versus NWO Revenge, all of that. When you had, Road Dogg out there with the diggity dog, and you could sit there and just hit the right C button, and you could go from Jerry Lawler to Jim Ross and everything. You had the alternative tires that were just ended up being a different person. Nick, earlier I shared with you what I had for Thanksgiving. What did you, Christian? If I sat here and listed everything that I had and everything over the past 2 days, 3 days, fucking food and everything, we'd be here until fucking War Games, I feel, at this point, my guy. But no, I'm glad you had a good Thanksgiving. I'm glad everybody had a great Thanksgiving. 100% of it is basically the most American holiday you can have. Of we got football and overindulgence. But no, I appreciate everybody. That's the thing. We're talking about Thanksgiving, what I'm thankful for. I'm thankful for everybody that tunes in with us, everybody that's been here is just here for the first time. congratulations. I'm thankful for you. If you've been here since day one, I'm thankful for you too. But yeah. Blockbuster Friday night rent to get one free with a snack and a drink. Yes. And then you'd have our place would have like vouchers or anything, especially being in like school and everything. They'd have like contests of every how many candy bars can you sell, and you get a free pass to Videorama to rent one free movie and everything. And it was like the dopest little setup because we had the video rental place, we had a little tunnel, and then was the movie theater. And right when you walked out of the movie theater was an ice cream stand. So you could sit there, either go and rent your movies, go and watch a movie, go and have some ice cream, and around the block was getting all the pizza places and everything. Yeah, I miss that. How's TNA right now? I've got Jeff Hardy about to try and hit a whisper in the wind onto Kushida and Zachary Wentz as he does. Kushida to me feels even more than Riddle feels more the odd man out. I thought we were going to get, Zachary Wentz and Myron Reed, and you would have thrown in Riddle, and I mean, he would fit like an honorary rascal a little bit. Kushida feels like the odd man out a bit, but Ace Austin knocking Riddle off the apron. Double team move by the Hardys. Riddle breaks it up as I've got Carmelo coming out as we're back from commercial break. Randy's going to come back, turn heel on Cody, and help KO win the title. I don't know, because I think that Randy's going to go at Cody at some point for that title, and going to try and get back towards that, mark that Ric Flair record, especially with John Cena, and he might be chasing down that number as well. So we could see a race to 16 kind of between those two, especially towards the end going into WrestleMania. Well, 2 N64s, to be honest. I'll take one off your hands free of charge. I can't wait for the return of Genesis next year in January. I have a fucking Sega All-in-One, and I wish I could find a fucking N64 All-in-One that would actually have the wrestling games on it. That's the main thing what I would play, and GoldenEye and Mario Kart and Mario Party. Those were the main go-tos on N64. 444. They've been really making Cody look like a politician. Where have you been? I feel like he's always been like this. This man has always been goddamn Homelander from the jump. He's always kind of had that vibe of you give him the proper moment and the proper turn, and he switches from good guy to bad guy real fast and it starts turning into everything of the you people, and very much of, you don't deserve me, all that. Like I said, he's Homelander 101. Christ, the attire's damn near spot on with it. But we are underway with Carmelo versus Cody, as I've got Kushida and Jeff Hardy. And what is wrestling in 2024? Emo, boo Cody Rhodes. Boo this man. Boo this man. J-Boy is shouting out Raven. Quoth the Raven, nevermore. I have WCW versus NWO World Tour. Yeah, was it that or was it Revenge? Yeah, because I know WCW did 2 games, but yeah. Either way, I want all the N64 wrestling games back in all their speedy, blocky, graphic glory, to where I can go and play No Mercy, and depending on how many times I reach out in the crowd, depends on what weapon I pull out and all that. Tyson, I would like to see Kevin Owens beat up Travis Scott for that hardcore championship belt. Oh, on the debut of Raw? Be interesting because he's a SmackDown guy. But yeah, as the Hardy Boys and Ace Austin pick up the win. But I'm so interested. I've seen some people think this, and I'll ask you guys and gals, and them days, do you think that Travis Scott is actually going to wrestle or get involved, like take a bump or anything like that? Or is he going to be Bad Bunny 2.0? Or is he going to be, just out there of bringing up the fact that he's the new theme for Raw, and he pops out and we get a buzz and attention because Travis Scott's going to show up? As now, all 6 guys are all raising their hands and everything. So I think this is a bit more like Chris Bay Memorial 6-man tag match a bit. As okay, interesting. So are we getting a video package? I've got Cody firing it up. Well, we're getting a video package on TNA. Welcome to the beginning. What are we teasing? TNA Genesis. There we go. Sunday, January 9th, 8 p.m. I'm sure we'll be here for that. But yes, TNA Genesis. So, of course, that'll be their first pay-per-view in 2025. So that's them, like we've talked about, of they're going a bit more towards come 2025 that it'll be more new TNA a bit here. Like, think about it all through 2025. Think about the TNA lineage of 2024 as I'm in commercial break on SmackDown and we're getting the tail of the tape for Masha versus Jordan for the Knockouts Women's Championship in a 2 out of 3 falls match. But in 2024, they've had the deal with WWE and TKO come into effect, and they've introduced TNA Plus. They very much have had a really stellar boom when it comes to TNA in 2024, but it's been throughout the year, part of the year. So I think they're using this last little stretch to get their ducks in order before 2025 happens, and then they can hit the fucking ground running. Unbroken, I would love to see anyone beat up Travis Scott. I would settle for a Hornswoggle. Oh boy. Should have gotten fully through that. Speaking of fully through that, what?
Speaking of Hornswoggle. What?
What do you mean, Hornswoggle?
Hornswoggle.
Yeah, put that swoggle down.
No, I'm drinking all the swoggle.
As
but
I've got Jordan Grace coming out. How you doing?
Same thing. They're setting up Jordan. So we got Jordan Grace in the ring about to take on Masha, the new Knockouts champion, against the old Knockouts champion, and what could be Jordan Grace's last match with TNA, maybe.
Right. Well, and I know you just commented it in the chat and everything like that, but with TNA Genesis coming up in January and everything, it very much seemed like that was setting up of like, this is about to be the start of the new TNA, because their 2024 has been big, but it's been all throughout 2024.
The start of 2024 was huge for TNA, and then I would argue that they might have tapered off a little towards the back end. But yeah, I mean, Genesis kind of feels like that start. You know, you made me chuckle. I was on my pause there, and I heard someone be like, "Yeah, I can't wait for Genesis." You're like, I love N64, and I was like, "Yes."
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm feeling good. I'm still in that tryptophan coma.
Masha for the win. Schwoggle.
Schwoggle.
But
is that the reverse of Hakua, you schwoggle?
Right.
Yeah. I didn't want to think about it that much, but okay.
So many places I want to take that joke. But ladies and gentlemen, we are on commercial for SmackDown. Carmelo Hayes taking on Cody Rhodes, and we are also watching Masha versus Jordan. Where is Jordan going? Well, that's a good question. A lot of people are assuming she's going to the E.
All right. Yeah, I think she's already done the dance a couple of times with NXT. I think it makes all the sense in the world. And think about that women's division right now of you theoretically could have Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, Rhea Ripley, Jordan Grace, and I've only named 5 people.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the influx and even what's happening with NXT, and you know, if that's the indication of the future, holy shit. I mean, some of the people there, some of the women there are already getting over in such a big way. And we're going to be potentially watching them for the next decade as, wow, superplex from the Bret Hart rope, holding. And
I don't know what they held up more of, the Knockouts title or Carmelo in that superplex.
Now, this is a 2 out of 3 falls match between Masha and Jordan.
Could you see Jordan go first fall and then Masha 2 straight? Could you see it go either way, that way? I think we both take Masha, so I think that's why I'm saying it go that way. Of like, could you see? Do we get the traditional just trade falls, or do you see someone go take the advantage and then go on a 2-0 streak?
You make it exciting enough where they exchange falls and it goes down to sudden death. Last one, so we'll see.
All right. Well, you're gonna be the last one here for a quick minute.
All right, Jordan Grace. Yeah, we assume that TNA Genesis likely to be headlined by Nick Nemeth. I actually think this is where Joe Hendry could be winning the title, B-Hockey. The Genesis, a fresh start, a fresh year. To me, that's the perfect spot for Joe Hendry. But I could be wrong. TNA is going to be live and not taped next year. It's going to be awesome. That's a big deal. We'll see if it helps their viewership. By the time Carmelo finishes, Phoenix will be a free agent. Let's go. Better yet, Genesis main event is to be Nick versus Fandango. Dirty Dango still in the house. Fatal 4-way at World's End. Switchblade versus Hangman versus Mox versus Christian. Yeah, again, it's been sloppy. It's been messy. If you're going to go the Fatal 4-way route, why did you have Darby do what he did? It's confusing, but we'll see. We'll see as Cody still, Carmelo trying to fight out of it. Fatal 4-way, got that one. You think the time that Carhill comes back from injury, you think she's going to take her frustrations out? Yeah, I think so. I think it's a great opportunity for her to kind of impose her will. As we got a figure 4 by Cody. You guys, gals, have a good evening. Enjoy your channel. Well, Al Snow, thank you. Always a pleasure. Come stop by sometime. I would love to see Macklin or Mike Santana go for the world title in TNA next year. I think both are going to, Damien. I think both are going to really make a push. Macklin's been a stalwart. I believe he's sticking around for quite a while. Macklin for sure. Santana's on fire. Does Cody have on maybe, right? Just to make him a little taller. Remember, Carmelo's small, so it making Cody look huge tonight. Who's your favorite woman IC? Your favorite for the women's IC title? I want Shayna to be the first. Lyra Valkyria. Bird Lady. That's my prediction. She's gonna shock the world. Carmelo, springboard, little bit of a leg lariat off the back, not the prettiest of moves. Not sure it went exactly as planned. Big cutter, though. I'll say AEW ratings only because Meltzer never should have been considered credible to begin with. What did Keyshawn say? What dropped faster, Meltzer's credibility or AEW's ratings? There you go. Meltzer's credibility. The ratings held on for a strong while. I feel like before the big turn of the last year and a half for AEW, we were still hopeful. But those ratings slowly declined. But Meltzer's credibility dissipated quick. Nobody believes that I wouldn't say nobody because there are morons out there. But Dave Meltzer's been a mess. You must say Genesis in a super deep voice like TNA narrator. Genesis. I like it. But on cue, Unbroken. Thank you. Carmelo from the top, by the way. Up goes. I mean, we've had Shinsuke LA Knight was a really good match. This match has been fun. Oh, crowd's a little bit on the quiet side, but it's all right. There's still murmuring some noise in there. IC title, maybe Bird Lady. Who else? Who's in that middle division that I think would do good? Big round of applause from the crowd. It's Cody setting up for the roads. But Shayna's not a bad shout. I think Shayna Baszler would be great. Do they go maybe a Sonya Deville route? I don't know. But watch Bird Lady. They like her a lot. But Cody Rhodes with the win, folks. I think turning heel would work better for Jade Cargill. Babyface doesn't work for her. I understand why she started out as a babyface, what they've done with her as a babyface, because the fans were going to cheer for kind of her presence, her defecting, if you will. But now, yes, it suits her character better. Come back with a chip on your shoulder. My friends didn't have my back. People that were supposed to be my friends are now my enemy. I agree, Ken Rock. And we saw her in AEW with that heel persona. She kind of naturally leans that way. I'd be all for her returning that way. As Cody holds the belt up, if you are just tuning in, we are also watching Jordan Grace, Masha Slamovich. Jordan is in control. I think KO, Cody versus KO should have been non-title and unsanctioned. Nah. I mean, I get where you're going. Not a terrible idea. If you were gonna do that match and then continue it, but the title match up to the stakes, unsanctioned, maybe not, but maybe a stipulation wouldn't hurt. But remember, they've done a good job of, like they did with Punk and Drew, is it starts with a normal match, then we add a stip, then we add a better stip. So right now I got Paul Heyman, CM Punk, and Roman Reigns sitting in the bar from the Goodfellas. Wiseman. I remember the time Stone Cold took his frustrations out on everybody interfering with matches. Yeah, I mean, again, it's been done before, Christian. I like it. I like what KO's been doing. I really do. But no CM Punk at the table. And Roman is mad that this guy keeps me waiting. Roman's about to leave, and here comes Punker. All right, folks. They've been making Cody look like such a politician in this story so far. Man, Cody just gives off that vibe. Like, I was watching clips of Cody on Jimmy Fallon, and he really does talk like somebody that's running for governor. Like, everything is well thought out. I mean, there was, the whole thing about dick size was kind of funny, but Cody's just so polished. And I think KO's so rough around the edges. Like, KO's like a ball of dirt, right? Like, and I mean that in an endearing way. I think KO exposes how polished and how prepared Cody is. If that makes sense. I don't like you. I don't want to team with you. Are you guys surprised that Roman is so hostile? I will point out, Paul's wearing a shirt and tie tonight. He does have the red kerchief. Oh, Paul giving Roman some truth. What do you think? What do you think, folks? Cinema, 100% cinema. I love this. Okay. So Paul saying to Punk, essentially, if he goes through Roman, you're next. He comes after you next. So Paul kind of trying to give both men reasons to bury the hatchet. MDB. There's nothing wrong with it. They tied this in simply. It gives Cody something to do, a good win, good crowd reaction, decent match. But again, just wrong place, wrong time. So to me, there was nothing wrong with that match. Carmelo looks solid. Just something for Cody to do because you haven't had it's not like you're having Cody and KO do a whole lot. So I'm okay with it. He is. You caught that, right? No, this isn't bad at all. But it does feel cinematic. It does feel like, as the bloodline turns, it feels soap opera-ish to an extent, right? Like, but I love it. I'm eating it up. I like these segments. One time, me and you work together one time. That's it. Paul smiles. Oh, okay. Do I owe you a favor? No. Our wise man. Our wise man will owe me a favor. That is intriguing shit. This is going to turn Seth heel. I think so. I mean, again, it sets up real nicely, right? And the hatred that Seth has for Punk and Roman, it all ties together beautifully. What's the favor? Oh, wait a minute. Is this Paul leaving? Oh, shit. Okay. So if you're not watching SmackDown or you don't know what's going on, Punk says, wise man owes me a favor for helping you, doing you a favor. You owe me nothing. So let's do this one time. Roman says to Paul, what's the favor? And he says, let's not talk about this now. Let's get through Survivor Series. That is true. What if the favor is you're my guy? You're at my side, Paul. You leave the bloodline. That was my natural first thought and sold well by all parties. It was a good segment. What do you think out there? Not gonna lie, that segment reminded me of the opening scene to the first Purge. Yeah, it's got those kind of vibe to it, Andy. That's crazy. I believe Roman and Punk still have heat from back in the day. I believe there might be heat. I do at least feel like I've heard enough stories that Roman's not the biggest locker room chum guy anyway, but I do believe that there could be. I think Seth has genuine heat towards Punk, but I do think they're smart enough and professional enough to get to, let's put asses in seats. Let's make money together. And Punk and Roman will make money. I mean, again, two of the biggest stars in all of wrestling. But yeah, I mean, what I've liked about the Drew storyline, Seth storyline, now this with Roman is you're tying in everybody's kind of genuine displeasure with some of what Punk has done. Some feel betrayed when he left. Some didn't like how he treated his friends or their friends. So again, when you tie in a little bit of real life to all of this, that's where it's gold. That's where you get that perfect stretch of imagination plus realism. It works so well. But what is up with Paul Heyman? What is the favor that Punk has requested from Paul? I know what the favor is. Get out your knee pads. Paul is going back to Punk. That's, yeah, man. I mean, that is exactly what they want us to think. Why wouldn't Paul answer the question, right? Why? Oh, let's just get through this and then we'll talk about that. Because he didn't want to tell him the night, a couple days before, the night before, oh, by the way, I have to go be his wise man. Punk went out of his way to call Paul our wise man. Maybe is it possible that Punk says you're going to advocate for me as well as Roman? I don't know. That's intriguing. Yeah. Nick's about to bounce back in and give us his two thoughts. No, he's not.
Teased it, but just Bella, mucho Bella, all the flowers, all the roses. That was just so good. Like honestly, I know I like being here, but seeing there and just being on the pause and watching that and hearing everything was just
taking it all in.
So good. It instantly reminded me of the segment that they did with Cody and Roman at the 50-yard line and everything, of that face-to-face, that tension and everything.
Yeah.
Of it, same vibe. It's still that cinematic vibe to it.
It gave me a lot of like Godfather, Goodfellas vibe. And I know they did the Goodfellas parody, but sitting in a dark bar after hours, having an important sit down, like the vibe, and you see it, like Roman to come straight out and say, I do not like you. I don't want to work with you. And Paul doing what Paul does better than anybody, selling both men on why they should do this. And then the huge cliffhanger, Nick, of, well, what's the favorite?
My tribal chief, if we just make it through Survivor Series, we have all the time in the world to talk about it. And that very much, I felt like you cut to that and then woke up this morning and got yourself a gun. But yeah, no, that was just so fucking good. And it just, I think it closed the door a bit on everyone thinking that Heyman's going to turn, because he was out there again.
Maybe
my wise man. He's tied to Punk. That's the thing, though, is the favor to me. And I said this before, if he turns on Roman, he also fucks over Punk, because then Paul Heyman was sitting there selling this on the whole thing of divided we fall, united we at least survive. Yeah. So I think that him turning is much more of an outlier thing. I think you brought up them, like him being the voice for Dwayne would be great. I
like that. But this is a way to get him away from Roman without actually turning, but just parting ways.
Yeah, but I don't know if I still don't know if it's even that. I mean, it very well could be and everything. We don't know what the favor is and all of that now. And I think now they've switched from, is he going to turn, to what's the favor? You've now played the fucking hand of the trick, oh, it's over here, it's over here. Oh, it's over here, it's over here.
Exactly. And still play. Why are you playing with my emotions, Smokey? That's what all this is. What if the favor is at some point Punk wants Roman? Like, that's the favor.
And that could very much be the thing. I think that, like I said, when Punk mentions of, if you want to, hello, Lash. I'm getting spoiled tonight. But I've mentioned earlier in the pre-show and everything about this could continue on past Survivor Series. And when Punk's referencing, if you want to have this conversation at another time when it's just me and you, we can have that. I think the visceral level of tension, and somehow with Punk being back in WWE, I feel like he can do that with everybody. He always feels naturally like he's the outcast.
Yeah.
And plays that well.
Mm-hmm. And again, digging in, like somebody brought up in the chat about, like, some of the backstage heat, like some of the veterans now were rookies when Punk was around. So they have somewhat of a recollection of some of the issues. They've experienced some things. Remember, Punk wanted the Shield to be his.
Yeah, remember, he's now feuded with Moxley, Seth Rollins, and kind of gotten into it with Roman. So he is gone from the Shield being his Shield to literally he's facing the Shield.
But here comes Mia Yim. She's holding a Mia Yim sign, by the way.
Who?
So Mission comes out, and there's a fan holding a sign that says Mia Yim, and she like held it.
Fair enough. It's showing what we all want. As I'm surprised she's out here in the pink attire instead of normally she goes straight blue, like,
Right.
But
bring back Noam Dar. Noam Dar is on the doctor's table right now. He's resting, recouping.
Yeah, and I think Meta 4 might be more Meta 2, especially when it comes to NXT.
I think they're
because Lash and Jakara seem to be a tag team that's moved straight up.
And let's be real. Jakara and Lash and Jackson, if you will, they bypass metaphor. Like the other two are literally would be weights to them at this point. And I love Noam, don't get me wrong.
They would be members of Chase U. They would be members of Chase U. But I am excited that Lash is in this, so I guess no spoilers. Who you got? Lash, Piper, and Mia. I think Mia's the obvious choice here, but I'm still going outside chance with Lash. Gotta go for my girl Lash.
Yeah, Lash is not winning. Sorry to break your heart.
Well, it's interesting that normally, you get a replacement and it feels like, a step down. This feels like a step up. as
Piper
Masha retains.
as expected.
And Rosemary waiting in the wings.
Nice. I'll go Mia Yim.
Like I said, she's the odds-on favorite. I mean, even when Jade was in this, she was the odds-on favorite to win this match. Like literally Lash being added to this switched my perspective on this.
Yeah. But so to me, a TBD, like a to be determined, is one thing. But when you have like this situation and somebody comes in to replace, unless Jade was planning to win it, but yeah, maybe it works out better this way. Part of me thought Chelsea won. Could they do us a funny and let Piper advance and eventually have Piper versus Chelsea?
They do the finger poke.
The finger poke would be hilarious.
It would be so fitting with Chelsea, as Chelsea's now hitting super kicks on Mia. Mm-hmm. So she's definitely winning, as BFAB coming out and taking out Chelsea. So we're gonna get Chelsea and Piper versus BFAB and Mia.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, they're giving BFAB some love.
She's, arguably the worst part of Hit Row and what they were and everything like that, but she's very much trying. I've seen a lot of people say backstage that she's trying to train as much as she can with like Natty and Tyson Kidd and everything. She's trying to actually, hone her craft a bit.
Mm-hmm. Well, Lash with the big boot going into the commercial break, and I give her credit. Young talent. She hits the boot and then asks the crowd to come on now.
We're down to the main event on Turning Point. We're down to Eddie Edwards and Zigglypuff.
Yeah, they started early and they're ending early. So it's funny. I thought Turning Point would kind of replace our Rampage coverage, and
not so much.
So now, in a Thanksgiving miracle, we might be getting off the air a little bit early tonight.
Yeah, we're like Charlie Brown. We just missed to kick the football, and unfortunately, that football was AW Rampage.
No, that bitch pulled that ball away.
Tony Khan's like, nope, you better come back at 6 o'clock tomorrow.
Tony Khan, fuck it up. And here we go.
Right.
Lash took out Jade. Could Lash be the one that took out Jade? I think a bit of a reach.
Actually, it's not that much of a reach. Of that to me is closer than people saying Charlotte or Alexa or anything, because remember, they had the feud with them for the tag belts. And especially if now you take out one half and they're going to allegedly strip Bianca of the tag belts. Yeah. What better way to ease your way into it if I can't beat you, so I will just defeat you.
Yeah, again, like you said, it's got a stronger case than some of the other theories for sure. There is a connection there. It would be cool. Like, hey, I wanted your spot. I tried to get it. It didn't work.
Right.
Be fab. The push still lives. Yes. Who do you think is going to be the first ever women's IC title holder?
Women's IC?
Yes. It kind of threw me off. I had to think for a second. And I was
I think I heard you on my pause, and I kind of don't hate it as much as I may not like it. No, it made sense because they've gotten behind her. They did the whole little video package of.
To me, she's like the Kalani Jordan of the main roster. Like, that's
Kiana James. That's Kiana James.
Well, she hasn't been around.
Exactly.
I'm looking forward to seeing what she can do.
I had to pick a KJ to replace a KJ, okay? Right. You said Kalani Jordan, I said Kiana James, KJ on KJ action. But no, she fits perfectly in that it becomes the question. I think we'll see it first with the U.S. title. Granted, I think Chelsea's the odds-on favorite, but do they go more established name versus making it a true mid-card title and going with the hot hand and like a Chelsea? But I don't know if there's a second hot hand, though. Like Lyra, maybe, but she's the next closest and she's lukewarm at best. What?
Be a Dakota Kai kind of idea?
No. Honestly, I wouldn't put a belt on Dakota Kai until I've seen her be injury free for a year. Yeah, I don't want to have to change course again with you. I've already had to change course like 3 times. Like,
That's actually a very valid.
respectfully of it's again, we've seen it in sports and everything. If you have an injury prone athlete, I'm not going to put you in a starting spot.
Yeah, that's a good point. Again, you do have like the EOs and the Kyries kicking around.
Kyrie wouldn't be a bad shout. Kyrie wouldn't be. Oscar.
Where is Oscar? Is like how close is
Knee
she?
injury, but she can just show up and she hits that, step back spit move like Nakamura did. Everyone's trying to hit that step back 3. Let's hit that step back Hakur.
Can we see an attack on Nick Nemeth after the match? I don't know. Like I said, I do believe that the next, I think Joe Hendry is going to win a Genesis. So they got to get to that. So I don't know.
Well, better question, I feel, is do we see JBL? Do we see the birthday boy? I think so. I don't mean Anthony.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, man. JBL, like I said, has been a whack-a-mole lately.
Sacré.
Yeah, I really could see it being Bird Lady. It kind of suits the vibe.
Again, though, once you started mentioning like Kyrie and everything, I'm like, that's not a bad shout. Dakota to me is an outside shot.
Well, a couple people brought up members of the PF Chang's that could do it. Like
Shayna, probably.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even Zoe's a talented lady that's been kind of stuck.
No, not that fast. You want a Kalani James for that belt? That's that.
Kiana James comes back from injury.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd be thrilled.
Well, no, I'm saying if you had Zoe do that, that's one of those if you're just there to be a winner so you can move it along.
Yeah. Lyra has been getting video packages. That is true. Jade Garhill took out herself. That's my favorite. I want to see they show security footage of Jade just tripping, botching on the way to the ring.
That's going to be the smoking gun with this. I don't think it's just going to be the testimonial of. I even got the footage, which, by the way, how has no one pulled that up yet already?
Yeah, where has it been? How do we not know the answers? Bird Lady Lyra just got married. That's why she has not been on TV. Facts.
I'm going to skip with Lady B, but saying, could the Unholy Union have taken out Jade? Where are they?
That'd be amazing. That'd be amazing. I'd be thrilled. We do not get enough Isla Dawn on our TV.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sorry, Alba.
No, all due respect, but yeah.
All due respect. Senton on both ladies by Piper. And if you are just tuning in, we are watching Turning Point, which is in the main event. Dolph Ziggler, Nick Nemeth taking on Eddie Edwards for the title.
Both men just look so greasy. I feel like Homer Simpson when he's talking to the Krusty Clown and Boy Hill. God damn it, you're greasy.
I thought you were going to say intense, angry, ready. Greasy was what I expected.
Bro, Eddie Edwards, his fucking skullet haircut and everything just kind of pisses me off. I'm like, what is that?
Right. 444. That was actually my first thought, my very initial thought. I think it was you and Anthony kind of sold me combined, but you were the first one to the idea of Naomi. I was like, Naomi fits. Bianca with like the stop. I'm tired of carrying you vibe would work. I love an idea of heel Bianca.
Well, that's how she started off. She's got Piper now. Oh, god damn, what's she about to hit? Get it. God damn. Oh, Mia. She missed every fucking buddy, and I do mean everybody.
I like that.
Mia Mission with the win after she was going for the backdrop senton, and she missed everybody, and I do mean
everybody. Fucking
everything.
Did they
the camera angle and the thickness of women may have helped that, but yeah, she missed everything.
Oh my, all of it. Like
yeah, you got a big ass target, all due respect, and you can't hit that shit.
Ooh. Michigan gets the win. They will not show a replay of the finish.
No. We're going
You're like,
right.
Cole,
Up
keep
next,
talking,
folks,
Cole.
we got Jay Uso versus Jacob Fatu for the deciding advantage in the men's War
we're there
Games
already.
match.
I will say the in-ring tonight has been solid and fun. I mean, it's been a decent show. That segment there on the screen, Nick, was good. Those two guys killed it with Paul. This match was not a bad match. The ending sucked, but the match itself was decent. That was a good match. Got a good crowd reaction. This is going to be a banger. That was a good match with a good story attached to it. It's been a good
SmackDown, as surprising as it is, as Tiffany's playing ho 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 clause, shilling out the WWE merch. So I'll finish my point and then you can go to our sponsors, which is us. But now I entirely forgot. So cut to the ad. Yes, 100%, folks. The holiday season is upon us. Of course, today is Black Friday upon all the days and everything. So 100%. Get your holiday shopping already done and dusted. 100%. Make sure you hit up our merch store. 100%. We've got the expletive Meltzer shirts and everything that are, sending out money to, charities and everything like that. We've got the Wrestling for Life Army hoodies. We got you covered for anything and everything, for all your pro wrestling needs, for any sort of wrestling fan you get out there, or even then you just don't know what to get for your cousin and everything like that to see twice a year at all the Thanksgivings and the Christmases and everything like that. You can make sure you throw them a Wrestling for Life hoodie and make sure you tell them like, share, and subscribe.
That's it, folks. Go check it out. We appreciate the support. We appreciate the love. And remember, if you are going to a wrestling show and you take a sign with our name on it and you prove it, we'll send you a t-shirt of your choosing.
And if you help us get to 10K subscribers, we're going to get tattoos of our logo. Yeah. Oh, trust me, I discussed that the other night with the missus, and she's like, as long as I don't have to film it. I was like, I'll take pictures and everything. She's has a fear of needles and everything. She's like, I don't know if I could film it. Maybe because it's on you, I could film it. I was like, don't worry. KJ is going to vlog it and everything. KJ will be the first one of live streaming him getting a tattoo.
If I can do it, I will. And
right? This is what I was thinking about, and I literally thought about it right as I was like, hit the ad. Oh wait, I remember my point. Lazy Susan. But I would say right now, even though it's a tape show, SmackDown has been my favorite show of the week, of top to bottom. I mean, this has been the most go home show for sure. This has had the most big moments and everything. Great matches. Raw was good. I think SmackDown was better. Dynamite was NXT was NXT. It was, the biggest compelling moment was Eric Bischoff and Eddie Thorpe, bumping into Ava. So
right. Yeah, no, I mean, I agree. A lot of that. Tyrus took out Jade made me laugh. Just because we know that's not true, because he would have still been running away when they showed up.
He'd still be running to hit her right now.
He'd be 4 feet from the door. Hey!
It still reminds me of my favorite joke, and I said it in the clip, but I'm going to say it again. Of the guy that said, I can run the ropes better than Tyrus, and I'm in a wheelchair.
Oh, it's too funny. Holy crap, he's a crapper.
One of the best Family Guy jokes of all time.
Right.
Always we're cut backstage of LA Knight. Yeah, and I don't know if they might have added it in post, but for everyone that said that he missed his mark, no, this man
they got him good.
Looks like he's been slaving over hot tar and been paving roads right now.
Oh yeah, can I grab you for an interview while we wash this shit out of your eyeballs? Thanks.
Right, you can't see.
He is covered in mist.
Yeah. like I said, this man looks like he's been out there tarring roofs and everything. Man's got there with that oil rigger minor, getting aesthetic going on. Man's got more soot on him.
I think I got the black lung up.
Like this.
It's Merman. SmackDown just ended here in Brazil. That Bruno Moxley. We are watching via WWE's YouTube. The entire show was without commercial. Sweet deal.
Fair enough. Well, now if you go to Australia and watch AEW, you can watch it without seats because they had to go to that small of a venue.
Right. Listen, they don't have to be wrestling fans to rock real cool shirts.
Absolutely, 100%. Trust me. Mm-hmm. Everyone needs a wrestling and chill shirt, 100%.
And nothing says the holidays like giving people gifts they don't want.
Yo, why you gotta do that? Why you gotta say that? No. Everybody out there, I saw IMDb. Everybody's got it top of the line.
I'm not saying
number one on their Christmas list is some Wrestling for Life merch. 100%. You need 100% a great beard with comes great reaction T-shirt. You need a Wrestling for Life camo hoodie. You need a Meltzer T-shirt. That 100% helps donate charity funds to the Center for Meltzers Who Can't Read Good. Mm-hmm. All of that.
Right. The TNA sound bouncy. TNA's been an interesting one tonight.
Yeah. All due respect to TNA, I feel like they're coming to you from your local armory, your local VFW, your local gymnasium, a little bit. Like, I'm waiting for, I think they might have had to start at 7 because men's pickup basketball starts at 10 and they have to drop the hoops down again.
It's crazy. But Eddie is in control on the outside of the ring right now over Nick. And I got the Usies with honorary Us.
Yeah, we've got the Us trios, the Us triplets.
So all this telling the Bloodline, it's the same thing he told the Bloodline 2.0. Everybody banned from ringside.
But this is still, think about this, though. We're getting Jey Uso versus Jacob Fatu on free TV. And again, this time last year, Jacob Fatu was out there main eventing, House of Glory shows and everything like that. This man went from independent bookings around War Games to being in the main event of a WWE pay-per-view. I saw someone that showed the graphic of, it was around this time last year was House of Glory and it was Jacob versus Jonah. And now they're on the same side.
Yeah, crazy, right? Nick Nemeth going to the top, but the crowd is on their feet. Why not give this match to Jimmy?
Because then it's going to get a squash a little bit easier.
I feel like they should have given this match to Jimmy. Jimmy ain't be doing shit.
Yeah, but you don't buy that Jimmy could beat Jacob. You buy that Jay could beat Jacob.
You don't believe that Jimmy could beat him?
Not right now. Not right now. The way he's been presented, he's still, if there is somebody that's going to eat the pinfall for the OG bloodline tomorrow, it's Jimmy.
I mean, it was Roman at the pay-per-view.
You're right. That was then. This is now.
Yeah. I mean, Jimmy put up a good fight. I mean, it's basically twin Jay.
But he ain't Jay.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, we haven't seen Jimmy have a match. I think there's a good chance for Jimmy to have like a solo singles match.
I don't know about that, Doug. Like I said, if I get that Jimmy is great, he's talented and everything like that, but I don't buy that he would be a viable contender right now, at least where he's presented at this moment in time. I don't. I believe you're telling me you believe that Jimmy would beat Jacob right now more than Jay would beat Jacob?
I don't believe Jay could beat Jacob either.
Right, but I'm saying, which one do you believe more?
Equal. They're twins. I think they both have the same ability. Why do you think that? Why do you think
just because they're twins, they have the exact same ability?
I don't know. I think Jimmy's good. We just haven't seen him in the ring much.
What fighting game is that to where you have twins in it, so they have the same stats and everything?
Right?
Just one does it from the other side.
What's up, Ronnie? Yeah, I don't know. It has to be Jay. No, it's going to be because you figure Jay's going to eat an L anyway. Give the L to Jimmy. Maybe that's why he's not having this match. He takes too many.
But Jay, like I said, he feels much more like he's the more valid representation.
You think so?
Yes, I know so. If Jimmy was coming out here versus Jacob, we wouldn't be questioning it. Jay out here, former IC champ, the Yeet King, the top merch mover right now in WWE. I know it's not a strong suit, but at least it's a stronger suit than Jimmy.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Jimmy's like that much like Jim and
you
Jay
hate twins. Just admit it. You hate twins.
I'd be happy to find a willing pair of twins.
Whoa. What the fuck?
For babyface to get the upper hand, it sets up their loss. For me, it makes sense. I like the idea of the heels in this one. And again, I think we can space it out. I think the women got the advantage on the babyface side. This one makes sense for heels. Plus, I don't see Jacob taking an L anytime soon.
Like you said on the pre-show, this makes sense that the heels were going to get the advantage regardless. It makes even more sense now because the baby faces got the advantage when the women's match. And I still think that this plays suit to heels get the advantage. They just had the win on the pay-per-view at Crown Jewel. So OG Bloodline gets the win here. And we find out what the favor is to CM Punk.
Yeah, I'm really curious about that. That is what intriguing me a lot. Jimmy's
it's
not
still
good.
So funny. We just played the shell game. Yeah. WWE did the shell game in front of everybody, and nobody batted an eye. They moved from Heyman turning because he dressed like Solo to he's back there in the suit and the tie, calling Roman the wise man, and we shifted it all around to now it's what's going to be the favor on Punk, and now that's where everyone's paying attention to.
Yeah, Jimmy not as good as I think Jimmy's better on the mic than Jay. 100%.
Bold strategy, Cotton.
Jimmy's a better promo than Jay.
Jimmy's not even the best on the mic out of the three of them. Solo's better on the mic than Jimmy.
Oh, I don't know about that at all.
It goes Jay, Solo, Jimmy.
No, Jay struggles with his promos. Thank God he has a catchphrase.
He's winded, motherfucker. Well, he has to do 10 minutes of yeeting. He has to do a full exercise routine.
Jimmy's a really good promo. Really good with the mic. They both are. Equally,
they're way better than where they were when they were coming out doing the haka and everything with the matching face paint and everything.
Very equal. Jay is better on the mic. I got that one. Jay is better on the mic. So there you go. 2 votes for Jay than Jimmy. Jimmy's good.
Well,
Jimmy's great.
I like Chris saying about giving people gifts that they don't want. That means Nick's getting a Dodgers jersey. Yeah, I think that I would accept that more than a Red Sox jersey. If you ever send me a Red Sox jersey, it's going right in the trash. Like respectfully, it's going right in the trash.
Anthony's got a question for you.
What? Solo better than Jimmy? On what Earth? Earth 2? On Earth 1? On Earth 2? On Earth 3? On Earth 4? On Earth 5? All of them. Solo, I think, has very much taken the ball and ran with it, and now we even see him on the dark matches where he's sitting there taking a power bomb from Cody, and he's playing with a crowd and everything like that. Solo's really found that personality and found that avenue. Jimmy, I still think Jimmy is the most that still your Jay's brother now is where Jimmy's at a little bit.
I don't feel that way though. I think Jimmy's Jimmy. I like Big Jimmy. But Solo, I saw a group for Solo, but Solo is not a good promo compared to his 2 brothers. Like they're a much better promo.
Together, maybe.
They're better. What?
I'll still take Jay, Solo, Jimmy. That's my order, unless you're pairing Jimmy and Jay together.
Okay.
You're getting the Uso Penitentiary back together.
All right. Wrestling trades would be awesome, Tony. I do like that we now have like a free agency thing happening, but it'd be interesting if there was like an off season with trades and drafts and shit.
Well, right.
Win. So Team OG Bloodline win. The Team Liv win. See, I'm going the opposite, my guy. I'm sorry. I know you love Liv, but she's going to take an L.
I hate that I'm agreeing with 316. I love you, but I hate that I'm agreeing with him fully to a T. Man's called out my predictions perfectly. Like that, MDB. Nick has what we call recency bias. That's just Nick. Pay no attention to him. Yes, thank you. Love you too. I love you all. You like me. You really, really like me. Is this one of those that when you pick on him, that means you like him? Is it, you're going to send me that letter like Millhouse to Nelson of guess who likes you?
Right. Is CM Punk promo last on the show? No, they did that already. As we
it was the little vignette.
2 count. But I think we got company. Oh, it's Alicia. The most booked woman.
On which show? Specify.
Sorry, I got distracted. But Alicia Edwards, the most booked woman in TNA. If you think Rhea Ripley's overbooked, get a load of Alicia.
She's getting that Dixie Carter treatment. Just booked to the fucking gills a bit.
Bumped off the apron though. Lost her shoe. Jacob just
she grabbed the belt. She grabbed the belt. She clocks Nemeth with the belt. Dos amigos, dos.
Where do you see Jacob Fatu in a year from now? Whoa. Feuding with Solo.
Fair. I mean, world title, no title, IC title.
You stop.
No, because I was asking you a question.
Oh, what was the question?
The question is, you said Jacob versus Solo, and I said, fair enough. I said, you think world title, no title, IC title?
Probably no title, maybe the it all depends. Could Jacob get his hand on the US title by then? It's a year, yeah, for sure. So yeah, maybe for the US title.
I see Jacob Roman world title.
Interesting. I mean,
I want that match so fucking bad.
Okay.
Because it's been the longest time of everyone I know like wanted to fantasy book and pair up Tama Tonga and Roman because they look a lot alike and everything. It's like Jason Momoa and Roman, but Jacob feels like that. Like if there was a guy that's going to challenge Roman and be like the top, I guess, Anawahi bloodline guy in wrestling, it's Jacob.
Oh yeah, I mean Jacob's got so much to bring to the table. There's so much I want to see him do. The Roman match is going to be phenomenal. I want to see KO, Jacob. We talk about fucking even a Bronson. Like there's every time he goes nose to nose with someone, Braun. People are like, "Oh my god, we need to see this match." It's everybody. Like they're like, "Oh fuck yeah!"
Is Jacob Fatu to an extent pre-Jake Paul, the Mike Tyson of WWE, or of pro wrestling, like one of those like you don't want to miss a Jacob match. Like even if you know Jacob's winning this match with Jay, all due respect to everybody involved, but you don't want to miss the Jacob match because it's a Jacob match.
No, I agree. I think he really has become that in a lot of ways, and you don't want to miss anything the guy does. Like even just standing behind Solo with his hands like this. It's compelling. Like he just draws your attention.
I love you, KJ.
Solo never says I love you, Jacob.
Baby, come back. You can blame it all on me.
I want Roman versus Jacob at some point.
Yeah.
True that. Woo. Now Roman might have to go through Jacob to get to the Rock. To keep that in mind.
I'm all the fucking way here for it. JBL.
I fucking looked away for 2 seconds.
That's all it takes to miss a clothesline from hell.
Will JBL just explain to somebody what he's up to? Is he trying to build together the biggest indie faction in history? Like 2 guys from every fucking show?
I'm just amazed, honestly, at the babyface turn that JBL has done in his career, post-career and everything. This man was known as the biggest bully in pro wrestling. Now everyone gets excited at the thought that he might show up and clothesline somebody, and that's all he does. He clotheslines someone and walks away.
Yeah.
Here's JBL again. Ziggler for Nemeth. Ooh. Jacob just yelling at Jay. Jay, I'll do this.
Right.
And that's the thing, though. He is the Samoan werewolf. It'd be big dog versus werewolf. Jacob has always been that guy that before we were getting solos and everything tied into the bloodline of Jacob was the guy that people mention of they'd love to see him versus a Roman. They'd love to see that.
Yeah, you're 100%. I mean, Jacob's such an X factor. As he's wearing out Jay right now, cranking down. But Nick Nemeth with the W, thanks to JBL.
Right.
To baffle all of us.
Yeah. Ooh, Jacob into the ring post here. Well, is Jacob just Samoan Kevin Owens? I know clearly you want that match and you've sold me on that. Of he's just Samoan Kevin Owens.
Very much so, man.
Because you just believe everything that he fucking says. Like he feels like Christ with our shit is real, our shit is raw, our shit is all authentic. That's Jacob, that's KO, that's all that.
Mm-hmm.
You go by now. So that is the end of Turning Point.
Thanks for watching.
We're about to end this on SmackDown. This feels like a good Friday night. This feels fitting for a Black Friday. We've unbesmirched Rampage tonight.
So excited! We get to go to bed early, be up for and ready for
stay late. And in the morning, I make waffles.
Yes.
We can stay up late at the manly stores, and in the morning, I make waffles. By the way, superior tier list of pancakes, waffles, or French toast.
It's so funny. You're so mean. But what my favorite of the three, and it's like a neck and neck race with all of them, but pancake edges it out.
Oh, so what's 2? What's 3?
French toast and waffle.
Okay, fair enough.
Pancake, waffle, French. Look what you did.
Pancake, waffles, French toast, pancake, waffles, moves, waffles, what?
Like, that's the thing. Like, I'm such a fat kid. I mean, I don't care either way. Like, I love a good pancake any day of the week. But French toast, you can get outstanding French toast. I love it. And there's nothing wrong with a good waffle. I like them all.
Right. Well, that's why I posed the question. Is Jacob's out here? Oh, back handspring into a moonsault. This man, how can I be smaller than him and less athletic than him? I feel terrible as an athlete right now. This man's like got 100 pounds probably on me and is out here hitting moves that I couldn't even fathom.
Did Jacob almost step on Jay there? That was kind of funny. Yeah, huge swinging Uranagi, also kind of a black hole slam. He hits the huge Uranagi, and then he ran the ropes, but I felt like he almost stepped on Jay there for a second.
Fair enough, but I mean, if the man hits a back handspring moonsault onto him, like goddamn, the smoke in a pancake, blowing in a blintz, cigar on a waffle. I see that there's no pleasing you. I love that conceit. There's only 2 people I hate in this world: those who are intolerable of other people's cultures and the Dutch. But no, it goes French toast, waffle, pancake.
French toast, waffle, pancake.
French toast is superior to me. I will always be a sucker for French toast. For whatever reason, I don't know why. It's superior to me. Waffle, because I mean, I can always get a Lego My Ego. A Lego My Ego is still better than an Eggo fucking pancake or anything like that. Like a waffle is almost like the pizza of breakfast. Of like, you can't ever have a bad waffle. You can have some really great waffles, but you can't have a bad waffle.
Huge Samoan drop.
Sorry, we're getting heavy into the breakfast food like fat kids after Thanksgiving.
Waffles with lemon syrup and bacon crumble. I mean, that's awesome.
Bacon pancakes. Make it bacon pancakes. Take some bacon in and put it in a pan.
Fat, fluffy buttermilk pancake. I'm a happy kid.
I feel like though like pancakes, I get too full too fast. Like I can demolish some French toast. I can Lego Mago. I can demolish a box of Eggos, but you give me some thick ass buttermilks and everything, and I'm in a coma before I'm halfway through the plate.
Jacob,
my Jay.
Where are you? I just got the Jacob off the top.
I got Jay going up top, and I have not touched anything. I've been out here talking about breakfast foods.
Oh, I just got the spear. Yeah, are you crazy?
Yes, but I have documentation to prove it, but that's besides the point. Saying breaking bacon crumble is sexual to me. MTV, shut the fuck up. That's hilarious. Whoa, you make sure you become a member of the Bacon Club and make sure you become a member, all of that.
You're taking the TK approach to this situation. You're going quantity over quality, my guy.
Exactly. I'm a fat fuck. 100%. I'm not giving a shit about what you like. This is what I like.
Oh, absolutely.
I will wolf down some French toast.
French toast is right there for me, though. Like, I fucking love me some French toast.
Hey! So Jacob gets sent over the announce desk after a tope from Jay.
Big tope.
Right. You got to tune in and make sure you become a Wrestling for Life, a member of the Bacon Club, if you want to hear our opinions on breakfast meats and everything, whether we have an opinion on bacon, sausage, Canadian bacon, all of that.
I hate IHOP. It's at least shit in Canada.
I'm to a place I don't have chain breakfast places by me. So I go mom and pop diners, or Mrs.'s favorite meal is literally breakfast. So she'll go ham on breakfast. And I'm like, I don't like it that much, but okay.
I had breakfast for dinner last night.
It's been a hot minute since I've done that. Yeah, no, I don't have big chains by me. I have like local diners. Oh, Samoan drop on the announce desk.
Good match. Again, the matches have been solid.
It's amazing to me still. I mentioned this earlier, but the pre-tape show to me is the show of the week. This is the best show this whole week.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking the Roman Punk segment alone won me on it.
Yeah. You're not
DDT.
Wrong. Love me some home fry. Damn it. Stop talking about food, people.
Hash browns, McDonald's type hash browns, and especially we've found the frozen version lately, so that is like a hot commodity when it comes to breakfast in our household. As Jacob with a 3 count after the moonsault,
huge, beats Jay clean, by the way, and relatively dominant. That's why I almost thought it would be Jimmy taking this out.
No, if your prediction rings true of to where Bloodline 2.0 wins, he takes the pinfall in the War Games
match. Jay.
Yeah, well, Jacob out here looking like he's about to drop, some getting chopped and screwed Southern Houston fucking rap beat and everything.
Right. 4-0. Bring that tomorrow, Dale. I live close to McDonald's. There you go.
Weekly table spot failed.
Yeah, but crepes are like shitty pancake. I used to work next
to did you just say? Yeah. Well, can we all just admit that the superior is the McGriddle with the maple infused into the pancake? That is the superior form. Spoken like a true fat kid. Yes, I know.
The excitement. Yes.
Exactly. We're going to have like KJ and Nick are fat moments of us just getting excited about food.
What we do. But Fatu being greeted by Solo and the rest of the crew, heels over strong. Could be in a babyface win on Saturday.
I think all signs point to OG Bloodline gets the win on Saturday.
I'm saying 2.
You're riding or dying right now, and I think you're more closer to dying than riding.
I'm stuck on my pick, 8.5. All right, ladies and gentlemen, give me your rating out of 10 for SmackDown tonight. It has gone off the air, and again, we don't usually have the highest expectations for a tape show. I thought, like Nick said, great go home show. Built a lot of things up for tomorrow. The Roman Punk thing alone, like you said, the Jacob Fatu looking like an absolute badass. I thought the matches were good. I loved Shinsuke tonight. Shinsuke not only gets a strong win over Andrade, who's been booked well, he also that smooth step and spit. Damn.
That step back hot tour, that man was out there like Steph Curry and Kobe hitting that step back hot tour.
Oh yeah, it was perfect.
I don't know if you want to give a number on it. I'm going at least 8.5. Like that's the first number that rushed into my mind and everything when it comes to this. Again, really great go home show. I think it might have a bit of an advantage of the pay-per-view that's leading into. We're really excited for. Like it's probably going to be one of the pay-per-views of 2024. But really especially for it being a tape show.
Yeah.
And for spoilers still being out there in the mythos, for us still able to get segments like Roman and Punk that were great, for us to still have the Jay and Jacob match, that was great, for us to still have pretty much every match, including Shinsuke, Lash Legends, and the women's triple threat, were all great. To me, this is a solid show. Really, really solid.
And I mean, it's good in the sense of even if you knew the result of tonight's matches, or if you knew the result of the main event, you knew who got the advantage, that match is still worth a watch. Like if you don't tune in and you just know the outcome, you missed out on something, because it was a really solid match. Shinsuke's match was solid. Cody Carmelo was fun. I even liked when Cody dropped down to his back and went to do the old fucking chop up, and Carmelo stood up like, I got you.
I scouted you, my guy. I scouted you.
So, yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. And I like the idea that they do the pre-tapes to avoid this. Like, that's one way to get through spoilers.
Yeah, and I generally like that they're doing some of the recordings and everything to give wrestlers more of a timeline.
Yeah, 100%.
Punk's even said it of this is going to add years onto careers and everything. But I think it helps the morale in the locker room. But well, especially having big moments though, like that, to me, again, that Roman Punk segment was the best thing we had in wrestling all week since Heyman came out and introduced Punk as the fifth member. So, and the fact that that was pretty much kept a secret and played close to the breast, I think perfect.
Yeah, and I mean, again, I'm 6 out of 10 at Roddy. I think that's a bit low. I'm going 8. I'll go 8. I don't know that it was. Yeah, I mean, 8 seems like a fair score. You said 8.5 or higher, which is great. Yeah, I'm at an 8. I thought, again, for a tape show, solid start to finish. Very pumped for Survivor Series based on a lot of what we saw tonight. I was already kind of excited for it, but like the little things are pulling me in, Nick. Like, what's the favor? What does this mean? Is The Rock showing up? Is there betrayal? And all of the stuff. Like, could Shinsuke beat LA? Could Braun Breaker lose his title again? Even though I don't think so. It's what ifs, a lot of what ifs up and down the board.
And we can beat this point home to death and everything like that. That's really what it comes down to. Of yes, in ring is great, but when you compare that with story that gets you constantly asking questions and trying to write your own narratives and everything with it versus more confusion and chaos and everything, really already takes the hook that's baited in there and just sinks it home of when everything is clicking at a pace and you're questioning of, well, what about this? Of, well, what could happen here? Of, oh my God, what if they do this here? Of, like, they literally pulled the greatest. They sat there and did the magician's trick of literally, I'm going to take this thing and move it to this hand right in front of your face. And they took Paul Heyman turning heel to what is the favor with CM Punk and Paul Heyman right in front of our faces. And everybody bought it. Everybody enjoyed it. Everybody sunk into it.
Yeah. I mean, again, and then tonight you kind of have these moments and it works. It all works. I'm pretty happy about it. Again, a lot of people seem pretty impressed with the show. I agree with you, show of the week, overall, to be 100% honest.
Right. Keyshawn, Nick, did you see AJ Francis battled the Saga? Yes, I did. And of course, the Saga won. But if you haven't, as much as we'll poke fun at times of Flop Dollar and everything, I will say go and check that out because he actually did halfway decent and everything. And they very much pivoted it towards wrestling theme bars and everything. And I actually liked AJ Francis showing up on the Raw room, like talking of ex-college football players, NFL players, and everything like that.
Okay.
Which, did you see your boy Biz out there having to fight off 5, 6, 7 guys and everything, and just throwing all the hands? Everybody can get this work.
Fuck it. Yeah, 100%.
Man, showing still to this day, you don't even fuck with, you don't do, especially with active hockey players. You definitely don't with retired hockey players because they ain't got to lose. I don't got a contract.
And guys that are wired to do that, right? Like again, that's an acquired profession. It's outside the normal. I mean, and it's unlike any other sport. Now I know it's changed a lot, but that was your gig. Like, yeah, every once in a while he got a goal and we cheered, but he knew why he was there. It's like being
you used to pay people to be in boxers on ice skates and everything like that.
Imagine being a cage fighter expected to go 3 or 4 nights a week.
Right. Well, still, that's so it's crazy. Well, I mean, think about it. You go one round and then your night's over a little bit. But,
sometimes, yeah.
Well, what is it? It's AJ Galante. Shout out if you haven't gone and seen the thing from Untold with the Danbury Trashers and all of that on Netflix. That's getting so good and it ties into wrestling perfectly. That's why even in our fantasy hockey league, I'm the Danbury Trashers. But
like this really happened.
Yeah, but the man now has a whole thing to where it's basically MMA, but it's on ice skates and everything. So you're getting to see just the goons that you would see all the time.
9 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10. McDonald's steak bagel. I don't even know what that is. Y'all have a steak bagel?
Yeah, I know we have the steak and egg. I think we have a steak and egg like bagel or something like that. I've always been a McGriddle or sausage McGriddle guy. That's pretty much where I'm at. I have value menu when it comes to breakfast. It's more about, like I said, it's the hash browns that slap.
Oh, you take the hash brown, you put it on the McMuffin, you're good to go. 8 out of 10. The steak bagel, you say? Oh yeah, exactly. Pardon.
Like I said, I'm never like a huge breakfast guy. What?
You're the best. So let me tell you more about breakfast.
Fuck off. Go ahead. What
else you got?
I'm fat, okay?
How do you feel
alert. I'm fat. There's a reason why big is in my name. I've got to be out here, dead in the middle,
how do you feel about scrambled eggs?
They're my favorite over fried eggs or
really?
Yeah, scrambled eggs is where it's at.
Nah, I mean I don't mind scrambled eggs, but I prefer nice fried egg. Because Punk OG Bloodline will lose because of Punk, and this will carry the storyline between Roman and Punk. Interesting. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. Changing it to 8 out of 10, says Todd. Raw last week was taped, and SmackDown tape were great shows. There you go. They're going to have to deliver good shows and find ways like the pre-tape to work around the fact that they're taping them. And again, I got no problem with the athletes having some downtime. So 7 out of 10 from Boston. GCW still going. Which show are they doing tonight?
I have it pulled up, and I was almost going to message you of like, so you want to watch GCW? You wouldn't understand. It sounds like a petulant teenage child of, you wouldn't understand, Mom. I'm watching GCW. You wouldn't understand, Tony.
Yeah, right. I still see the new version of the Bloodline winning tomorrow, but I think they will have some outside help. I'm still on the Young Guns winning this one. I still am.
I think any sort of outside help comes after the fact of, I could see it very much of, now you get so-and-so's people's locked essentially in that cage, and then they're just outnumbered, outmanned, and outgunned. And while Dwayne comes out and Moana 2's the shit out of his entrance, and we get that big reveal that he's, the puppet master of the new bloodline. What?
I just don't think you would do that moment on the heels of a loss. That's my only hang up with that.
But like, why would you need to do it if you've already won?
Because I think he'd be a part of why they win. And then that would.
So you think it causes the win versus.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be after the L and everything like that. I think you get you trade wins and then you get, you know, set back and forth and everything into it, because we still don't remember. Solo said there was, it's all part of the plan. So we all still, everything's a little bit up in the air, but to me, it makes the most sense of you trade the wins, you help keep Roman, not just like, what are you not going to let Roman get a win until he beats Dwayne at Mania?
No, he's got to beat Solo first. I think he'll beat.
Right, so you do that here, and then you start to pivot towards there.
I don't know. We'll find out. It's neck and neck from for me. NXT was fun this week. It really was. See y'all Saturday. See you then. Great show. Was hyped. I'd rather have Roman Reigns and CM Punk face to face in the ring. Yeah, but you understand why it wasn't in the ring. So I get it. In ring's fun. But again, this is a nice way to kind of do a segment, make it legit. They love doing the cinematic stuff. And overall, I think they were able to, again, not let anything kind of leak out to the world about what was going on.
Yeah, especially because I don't know if that would have even been played to the live audience or anything. And you very much, you narrowed the scope with it. You took the audience out, but made them really hyper focus on everything that was being said. And everything, whether it be the setting, the music, what have you, everything had that tense, like, tone to it.
Right. 100% on the you put it on the McMuffin. Let's go. One shot.
Not in, the on. Let Evil Knievel right on. He's playing. I'd rather be in here with you folks in uniform.
Sabres lost. Leafs lost. It was a weird night. I forgot to set my team. Word on the street is Bailey makes yambled eggs. So dumb. You're lucky it's late in the stream on that one. That's a good one.
Right. This is very much of late in the evening on a Friday.
I want thirds. Hikaleo's still somewhere. Dun dun dun.
So is Lance and everything. Oh, and trust me. Yeah, it will be me making me laugh. Trust me, me and the missus during like Thanksgiving and everything. Well, have they heard about Thursdays? What about second breakfast? We were going full hoppers with this shit.
Tomato, nice crispy bacon.
Right. Potato, boil them, stick them, mash them in a stew.
Right. But ladies and gentlemen, that is SmackDown tonight. That is the stream. That is the show. We appreciate everyone for being a part of this one. Hope everyone out there is doing well on this Feel Good Friday. I hope you enjoy the rest of your night. Make sure you follow all our socials. We are now on a couple new things, so go check out all the links below. Go find us on social media. I think we're on Blue Sky and Threads and a whole bunch of other shit. So go venture out that way. Other than that, folks, Survivor Series, 5 p.m. tomorrow. We are live. It's going to be awesome. We might peek in a little bit of AEW because it's on during the pre-show, but it's War Games. It's going to be a fun one. But like, share, subscribe, be a friend, tell a friend, and help us continue to grow.
10 rows gathered in them asses. Our shit is real, our shit is raw, our shit is authentic. When you talk about wrestling, you put up with that full life with it.
Come back tomorrow. We got war. See you on the flip side.